Open of Greasy Conversation. You know what's up. You're already there. You remember my donut from last episode? If you don't, you know, catch up. So, yeah, there's bonus wiener dogs here today. We've got a new wall if you're into walls. It separates the two halves of the studio.
It's one of the best walls.
This is a cool wall.
Really.
There's walls that people aren't as into, and I'm not into either. But this wall is actually cool. This wall's actually our buddy. We got a friend wall, like the robots that eat old people's pills, and like, no, this robot's friendly. But this time, anyway, let's get the clumsy mumbles out of the road before I start the real show. How you feeling, Greg? I didn't open up the news for you yet.
No.
Yeah. Oh, you might have to turn Wi-Fi on.
I might have.
Man, I left
I
you a hole.
was like, wait a minute.
I went hardwired at the house, y'all. I ran
Nice.
Cat 5 like a cool kid. I drilled a hole.
Nice.
So if you want me to splice some Cat 5 for you, there's another hidden talent I got. Okay, I'm going to start the real show. Thanks for tuning in to Cold Open, folks. You guys are the real squeaky wheels.
Yo, this shit makes shit red, dog.
Yeah, those are laser goggles.
Shit. Like legit laser goggles?
Yeah, they're for real laser people.
Fucking
That's right. It's
laser soda.
Greasy Conversation. We've got our laser goggles on. We hope that you tuned into the debut of Greasy Window just before us. That was at 2 p.m. And if you missed it on the station that you're on now, the show is called Greasy Conversation that you've tuned into now. GreasyConversation.com. The website for it is also going to have the replay for Dirty Window. Dirty Window is a spin-off podcast that we're producing that showcases Brian Gibson and Tiffany Salerno journeying through all kinds of crazy music and taking advantage of the music license we have at this radio station. So I highly recommend checking it out, as well as tuning in after this show to Grungy Faucet with Kevin. So we've got a whole Sunday of yours we've taken over. And with that in mind, let us begin.
The Sunday lineup is pretty great.
So strong.
Dirty, greasy, and grungy.
Yeah.
Like, man.
Dirty Window, Greasy Conversation, Grungy Faucet with
perfect.
Kevin Fawcett.
Perfect lineup, man.
And now it's Deep Dive. Time to dive.
Guess we should start with this one since, if you caught the cold open, Waz and I were talking about what a nice day in Vegas is. So I was walking here and the weather was remarkably nice. Turns out a nice day is 99 degrees.
Yeah, 99 is like, whoa, look what we got.
With a light breeze, very comfortable. So
we have actual clouds above us for once.
Yeah, a little overcast, not bad. Death Valley, however, has hit a record of 130 degrees recently, which is like insane. That's the hottest temperature recorded on Earth for the last 107 years.
130.
Yeah. That's like,
how's that for dry content?
I used to do like a yearly Death Valley trip, and it's brutal out there.
Yeah,
so I
you can't like run around and play and stuff.
No, but it's trippy because the park is like so just massive that you could drive for an hour in one direction and end up in like mountains and there's like snow and shit. So it's pretty interesting park. Like the whole thing is huge.
Yeah, it's insane. I have a friend that like was a park ranger in Death Valley.
Oh, yeah?
He would like helicopter rescue people like every other day.
Damn, I wouldn't doubt it, man.
People just get stuck.
And like if you can't handle the heat, like I live in Vegas and I go out there for like a weekend and it's difficult,
Yeah, for sure.
It's not just something you can just, lackadaisically be like, oh, I'm going to Death Valley to hang out.
You got to prepare.
Yeah. God damn it, I lost it. There was a thought in my head.
About the Death Valley. Look at this, 133, and by this sign.
Yeah,
Furnace Creek. That Furnace Creek Visitor Center is like hard to get out of your car at.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, I was reading this thing about just talking about how like this is the hottest year of the last 50 years, like since we've been like measuring because of climate change, right?
Well, every year since I've moved to Vegas in 2006 was hotter than the previous year, with I think maybe one exception. So it's been a new record for hottest day ever every year.
Well, I mean, just like globally,
Yeah.
like global temperature.
Yeah, some spots might cool down or whatever, but for the most part, nothing's not getting hotter.
Yeah. So like, I read someone that was saying like, you know, instead of looking at this like this is the hottest year of the last 50 years, think about that this is going to be the coolest year of the next however many, you know, 100 years.
Yeah.
At least. Like, this is it. This is the coolest it's going to be for the rest of your life.
It's that new normal, like get ready for.
Yeah, and then it's just, man.
This is going to be like an underground city in like 30 years.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Vegas is moving hella underground.
That's a good solution, though. We're really sleeping on that underground temperature situation.
Yeah, man.
I recommend it.
Fucking mole man status.
Yeah, like it really works. I grew up in this desert down the street in Apple Valley, California, and it was a popular thing. Like instead of a clubhouse and a tree, you dig a hole in the backyard and then put plywood over it, and that was what we did for clubhouses, and it was nice.
Oh, yeah.
It was a move, and there wasn't like a city like this nearby to do anything fun. We could go to Victorville.
Yeah, or whatever.
Did you ever play in the ball pits that were in the video stores? That was the best.
I don't remember.
Video
those,
stores
like,
had ball pits.
I think I've seen like one or two of them, but
Checkerboard floors. That was like
yeah, I don't not my video stores. I don't remember that.
good
I
times.
wish they did.
Holler for all that scattered time. What up,
Hello.
Erica? So glad that you noticed my socks match my shirt. Yes. All right, now we've got an exciting show because of that. Thanks,
Yeah.
Erica. You
Oh,
fixed
yeah.
it. All right, seriously though, it's Greasy Conversation. We're gonna get more hyped over dumber news than we've ever done before.
Oh yeah.
Prepare.
Yeah, there was apparently the Arecibo Observatory, giant ass telescope. I think it's a radio telescope, right?
Arecibo is a radio telescope.
Yeah. So, but apparently, there was some kind of accident. This was like a week and a half ago. I think I found this and just had it in the hopper.
So
But,
what did we see at Arecibo?
There was some accident, and the dish got like trashed.
No.
It looks like Godzilla took a chunk, like swiped at it once.
Oh my gosh, how do I find this news thing? So our news document is at greasyconversation.com. You can check out all the links of our sources and verify them for yourself.
Oh, it was something aliens.
Okay, gotcha. All right, it's because I'm bringing it up on the video feed too for you radio folks. You can go to, again, greasyconversation.com and, the poor dish, you can see what we're looking at.
So I guess a metal cable snapped
Bummer.
and slashed through the radar dish. Holy shit.
Dang. That's
There's gotta be like just some massive tension on those things if it can just rip through this. Like, I mean, that looks like a fucking T-Rex went to town on that shit, man. Like,
yeah, it
that's
looks chomped
dinosaur
on. It's spooky that
territory.
the dish is so see-through too.
Yeah.
You could picnic under it. Man, I want to make my own radio observatory so bad, but I looked at the one that was in the movie Contact at
New Mexico, right?
Boom.
The very large array. Is that what it's called?
exactly. That's all very true. So I went to see that, get the tour, and there's parts where you see some of the stuff, and there's like these precision rectangular, just like pipes and horns that redirect like
that's
radio time. It's like, wow, it's so there. It's not even like wires aren't even good enough. You have to have precise, like
Damn.
crazy metal horns and
Yeah, well, I
it's
remember, that was
insane.
like the dudes who discovered, I can't remember their names now, but the guys who discovered like the cosmic, what is it, the background I can't remember, cosmic
Yeah.
background radiation.
Totally
There we go.
microwave background radiation.
Microwave
yeah.
background radiation. So the guys who discovered that, they were like, when they were using tools like that, they checked them because they thought there were like birds nesting in there or something because they couldn't figure out like what the noise was.
Yeah, they kept getting the dishes more and more sensitive, and like it became less of a thing of making them more sensitive till it turned into trying to get rid of this noise. So they did more and more to filter out the background noise that's just already in the atmosphere. More and more layers to filter, so the thing got more advanced without getting more sensitive, which is weird. Like, you forget that this is something that happens backwards in science, that you have to go more towards precision sometimes and more towards cleaning data rather than like how much data can we absorb?
Yeah.
So it turned into that, and that's what there was like whole rooms of, these racks of different things. That's like, how does all this stuff in the way of the signal like help us get the signal better? And it's crazy how much you have to clean and polish a signal to get it usable.
Yeah. Well, it must have been like trippy too, because like you pick up this like sound everywhere you look in space. You know, like you're like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, it's just like everywhere.
Right. Or like one of my favorite moments to imagine is like when Edwin Hubble like developed a telescope that was powerful enough to see other galaxies. Like he was the first dude to see another galaxy. Like that shit would have been nuts.
Yeah, you thought it was a star, and like, well, this star looks really like wide. It looks
Yeah.
really kind of thick, boy, star. And you look, and it's like a cluster. It's a whole nother Milky Way far out there.
Yeah, well, and especially because it was like, it wasn't very long in the recent past when people thought that like the Earth was the center of the universe. Like
Yeah.
the whole, that was it. And then we finally got away from that, and then we're like, okay, it's just this little place, you know, this cloud of gas. And they're like, nope, shit's about to be all fucked up, dog.
It boggles my mind is how super recently, really recently, like enough that we reported it on this show last year or the year before, I think it was, that we first confirmed a planet on another solar system.
Yeah.
Yeah, like all this time we've been thinking, okay, those other stars probably might have planets around them, but they might not. And by seeing them wiggle, we've been able to assume. But for the first time, we've been able to actually see something cross in front of one of them. And now a bunch of them with a new satellite. You can look that up. Not satellite, but observatory, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, there's a new tool for that. I think there's a satellite involved. I was really hyped on it and its name when this all happened.
Yeah, I can't remember that shit.
I wish this was part of our culture more, because this should be celebrated. We've confirmed other planets, and I can't even remember the name of that fella that did it, that machine that did it, and I was so stoked about it earlier. So, man, maybe this is like a personal realization moment that I need to like learn how to stay hyped about these amazing things. Like I'll remember that there's a mid-engine Corvette. Like
Right.
Corvette's finally mid-engined, and it's like not as big a deal as discovering planets.
Right, yeah. Or like,
Like
or,
it's the C8. The C8's out.
or I remember like an ad that actually like impressed me. I'm like, oh, that was actually a decent ad.
Yeah, that'd be
You know?
like good for humanity for like an ad about like, hey, look what we know now.
Yeah, that would.
This
yeah.
is us. Instead of all this, they discovered this. Look what they found out. It's like, this is us. This is what we know now.
Humanity. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should be like the collective consciousness. I wish
For
that was
sure.
like a thing, but alas.
Well, Neil deGrasse Tyson tries to us it. That language is something that I realized from how he talked. That like all the discoveries are us.
Yeah,
Something
yeah.
I think he actually talked about that on Rogan. Not to name drop Joe Rogan again, but yeah.
Well, no, like science. I mean, speakers who are able to kind of bridge that gap, which like most scientists can't do effectively, and science journalism certainly doesn't do.
No.
Because science journalism is like all over the fucking map.
Yeah.
And a lot of it's just like, I mean, just as headliney as like any political article you see, you
For
know?
sure. Shout out to IFL Science though, is definitely the best.
Yeah. And they'll do some goofy, that's why I love theirs. They do a lot of goofy shit too.
Totally. Hey, we've got a special like guest co-host today. We're grabbing ourselves some bonus Buck.
Look who decided to show.
You all might remember Buck Williamson from popping on previously. So we've dragged him on to be like bonus hosty since like
Bonus hosty.
you're
I like
someone
that.
that's been
a regular.
a regular, a
So
peripheral observer that's been full of like helpful things that like I could disregard a bunch of your advice if I wanted to, and I'd still be stoked that you even listened enough to have any advice.
I can still help facilitate the conversation.
For sure.
The greasy conversation, that is.
So
Hell
welcome
yeah.
Buck Williamson. He's popping on. We'll have all got a smattering for you.
All right, this is the first time I've used my new headphones. I was really excited,
Yeah, you can patch him in here, over here.
but it's not going to work.
Not with that attitude.
The wrong size cable.
No, that works. That's it.
The
It's an
Bose?
aux.
I don't
Come
know.
on.
Should be,
Shove
because
it
that
in
has
there.
like multiple lines. It
I think
should,
you gotta mean it.
it should
No,
be
this whole.
Lucifer.
Yeah, but
Or
try
universal.
it.
Not?
Try it, techie geek.
Okay.
Come on, Mr. High Tech. I can make an instrument out of
Does this?
out of an
Out
old
of a cupcake.
It's true.
anything. Yeah.
Oh, my cupcake synth is on fleek.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you're right. This Bose fella has
This
like
is
a baby
alright.
hole.
This is what you get when you
That's-
shop at Best Buy, and you don't get
Kicker!
Kickers. All right.
Of course,
well, that's
Bose.
a good plug for Kicker.
Yeah, Kicker headphones will plug into all our stuff happily.
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it.
We could charge them, we could Bluetooth them, or just plug in direct and the party's on. Kicker audio.
Oh yeah, since Buck walked in at the perfect time.
Perfect.
This is good. All right.
He doesn't
so
even know.
you know, anyone who listens to the show regularly knows. Anytime there's an article about this, I gotta grab it because they just kill me.
Wow.
The shit fucking kills me.
Roycef would love this. He's all about hunting the aliens.
What is it? You
Dude.
guys are teasing me.
So yeah.
Just
So
getting closer.
alien news: Hunter spots human-sized foot in NASA photos of Mars. Quote: This has to be real.
What?
Oh my gosh.
How do you
okay,
know it's
Let
real?
me find this for y'all.
So
So-
it's just.
Give it a little audio description while I look.
Yeah, so it's just a picture of Mars. It's very clear. It's just a bunch of rocks. Like you could find a place like this on Earth easily,
Sure.
you know?
But does it have feet?
But no, and then like very tiny, someone saw a rock that is kind of shaped like a foot lobbed off at the ankle. And that's, that's all
Wait,
there is
that's
to it.
like a foot lobbed off at the ankle is just like a circle. Just like kind of a circle dent, right? Because if just an ankle stub walking around is going to be
It's
just
like
a
cylindrical.
a half sphere.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, above the angle.
This is
All
getting
right.
science. We're getting. So
Yeah, so this is just nutty because the foot obviously looks very clearly like a rock.
it's fighting me. Is it in this video thing?
No, it shouldn't be. I mean, it might be, but there should be pictures below that.
Okay, gotcha. Let me scroll. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just so obviously a rock. too.
Yeah, right?
Like no one's foot is just flat on the bottom.
And there's some like choice quotes by the dude who decided to send this in. The foot has muscles and veins showing through
What?
skin surface. I believe it has to be a real foot because most of the statues on Mars are less quality and detail.
Most of the statues are
Yeah,
more primitive
most
than
of
this
the statues.
statue. Like, this statue would have to have been someone that, like, didn't know what the bottom of a foot looked like. Like, not only seen shoes. 'Cause
Yeah.
as a sneaker, this is pretty cool. Like, I'd totally buy a shoe that looked like this. There's got, like,
The
a...
Mars foot.
Yeah, do you see the kind of edge going on to the
Yeah.
side of it, Buck?
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's got, like, a shape to it. It's like,
I
got
could see
the-
if you were like a huge fan of the thing.
I'm going to say speed ridges or, like,
Because
Like-
it's like a rock.
yeah. Or have you seen like the new Civics? How they're like all fins.
Oh yeah,
It's
they're
got,
doing
like,
that
weird
to the Prius
angles.
too. It's garbage.
I'm not into. I love Japanese cars to death, but the angle game weak.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
that's what I'd feel about this shoe / rock. It's not even a foot.
Yeah.
Disqualified.
Yeah. I'm just like waiting for the article that's like, human fossil found on, or humanoid fossil found on Mars, and then like a week later it's like, humanoid fossil turns out to be 3 rocks in a trench coat.
Yeah, stacked and put a
Yeah.
trench coat around.
3
it.
Martian rocks stacked in a trench coat. Stacked in
No.
a Martian trench coat.
Fossilized human trench coat.
Yeah.
Right.
Like that's got to be the next thing. I can't with these fucking people anymore. You know what I mean?
Like of all things to think as evidence of anything, even if it was like even if it looked like it had a heel and an arch like an actual foot, this is as much of chubby boomerang as it is a foot.
Yeah, totally.
We discovered an early chubby boomerang.
Someone's been spending a little too much time studying Mars photographs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, like, it just cracks me up that there's people who have never considered that, like, your brain just, like, does shit like that.
Yeah, I
Right,
had to
you know?
learn as a teenager how much people are prone to hallucinogation.
Hallucinogen.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a verb.
I'm hallucinogation. Nice to meet you. But yeah, like there's a whole part of your brain that's just supposed to look for the data flowing through the other parts and see if any of it adds up to there's someone creeping behind you.
Yeah.
There's a part that just looks at all of the brain to see if there's anything it can grab and turn into a face.
Yeah,
There's
right?
these parts that everyone has, and you learn about them, and it's like, oh, I can trust everything less.
If you're looking for a good show to binge to learn more about your brain,
Yeah.
that show from when we were kids, Brain Games, that used to be a cartoon, it's a great series. I don't
Oh,
know if
I
you
did.
got a chance.
I watched like a season or two of that a while
Yeah.
back. It's really good. Yeah.
They help you understand why
And
your
do all,
brain
like,
does
all-
these things.
Nice.
All the experiments about just ways your brain tricks you and shit.
It's good for binging. I mean, a lot of people are binging these days.
Yeah. And it's just good to know like how your brain can trick you. Otherwise, you'll be like sending money to like Benny Hinn or something, you know?
Yeah.
Again.
I'd rather send money to Benny Hill, but he's
Yeah,
dead.
exactly.
You need to know.
even, you know?
You really
Still.
need to know how many Nigerian princes are really out and about.
It's true.
Right?
Yeah. You need to keep an eye on your Nigerian prince game.
Yeah.
Because they don't want them sneaking up on you. But you don't want to miss some golden opportunity either. You know?
Just leaving money on the table.
You're leaving money on the table.
Right, right.
Okay, good. Okay. Greg and I used to work at this stock tradey place. Not stocks futures, but trades.
Yeah.
And there was this customer that bought this software that we tech supported that would just point out anything that like the market moved at all. It's like
Yeah.
there's a trade there. Look, it changed to price direction. You're like, yeah, those bars do that. They hide all
Yeah.
the noise in the bar, and then you just see when it makes a big move. It's like, yeah, but why didn't you trade like right there? It's like you didn't see it was going to do that.
Yeah.
Like,
Like, we only know that.
You leave money on the
after.
table.
Yeah, he just couldn't. That was actually like a lot of people couldn't
Yeah.
wrap their head around that. Like, you're using it to try to predict something, and sometimes you're going to be wrong. And everyone's just like always looked at it after it happened. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's
what?
like trying to predict the weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't predict the flow of money. Otherwise, I'd still have a job and not be on furlough.
You can a little bit, but it's not easy.
Yeah.
If it was
It's not
easy, it wouldn't be so divisive.
Yeah.
True
Yeah.
that. But I mean, poker, right?
Yeah, perfect example of like something that's like easy to learn, difficult to master.
Don't tell anyone your answers. Don't tell them what you got.
Yeah, that's like number one. And the other thing is like, don't bet every price move. Don't just like, oh, the price went the other direction, I'm in.
It's just that person
Oh
who's
my
in
god,
like
I'm
he's,
down. I have
in,
to sell it.
he's
Yeah.
in every pot.
No.
And there's always a dog's leg.
Yeah.
And like you could do something by like trading the dog's legs. But even then you have like dogs have an extra elbow sometimes in the
You still
trading
don't
game.
know, yeah.
Oh man.
Too many elbows.
I'm just hanging out with this rock foot. It's like weird body part day. Too many elbows. That was like, yeah.
Too many elbows.
Yeah, man.
That's a thing.
Everyone's problem.
It's like when
I'll
I
go
was
with
born, I just came out like a big folded ball of elbows.
All these weenuses everywhere.
Yeah. Like a basketball made out of fingers.
Just so you know, anyone who doesn't know, this is your weenus. It's the extra skin on
He's
your elbow. If
grabbing
someone
his
tells
elbow
you
skin, folks.
or grabs your weenus, don't be upset.
Safety weenus. So what do you have lined up next? We'll just go into it dramatically.
Should we? Well, since that's the thing.
You were thinking of doing a quick,
I
just
was.
a quick nip. See, there's the thing. Yeah, just like a little, just don't leave because it's going to be a quick one this time. I'm just going to grab a little quick, what do we call it? Bill William S. Esquire.
Ted Theodore Logan. William S. Preston Esquire. Ted Theodore Logan.
Yeah, that's our code for what
We're
we're
back.
about to do to you, real quick.
All right.
You guys love tacos?
I do.
Yes.
I do.
Okay, right? Yeah.
tacos.
I
That's
don't
my
care-
spirit animal.
I don't care what gender you are or, we love tacos, right?
Sexually identify as a taco.
Yes! Whatever, man. But, since we all love tacos, we all need to know about Pinche's Tacos. And do you know where it's at? It's 9205 West Russell Road. It's an awesome place for lunch, dinner, or both. Here at Radio Vegas Rocks, we love this place so much that if you mention us and order a blood orange margarita, they will give you a free gringo taco. What? Free gringo taco? Yes, that's right. That's what I said. And you know what else? It's like, okay, you're like, well, I don't really feel like driving over there. They have 2 locations, bruh. 2 locations. But you need to get in on this deal. You must visit the Russell location. I mean, yeah, that's where you gotta go for the free gringo tacos. But I'm just saying, you know what I mean? If you're just like, I don't have gas for that, but I have money for tacos, just go to the other one. But yeah, Pinche's Tacos, because who else doesn't love tacos, man?
And we're back.
Welcome back. Greasy Conversation on Radio Vegas. Dot rocks.
That rocks.
As always.
What
Welcome
he
back.
said. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Give me a second while I dig.
There you go.
We're waiting.
So
Yeah.
Buck
go
had
for it.
a vandalism alert
Yeah, so
in the nearby neighborhood.
over here in the Las Vegas Crestwood area, in the neighborhood down there on Eastern and Charleston, we have a mural that actually it says Crestwood, and it has all kinds of different depictions of parts of Las Vegas. In fact, you can see it here in the picture. So
someone just,
actually
like,
painted over
brown wash
it.
it?
Yeah, open that first picture, you'll see, and then you could just tick through them, and you'll see what we went through. But what happened was a group of the neighbors all got together, and we got everyone brought pressure washers and scrubbies and Dawn and all kinds of stuff.
And you're able to get it off.
And we started last night,
Wow.
probably about 4 or 5 p.m.
Was this paint still kind of fresh?
Yeah, like
was this some kind of property owner that did this?
No, some crazy lady apparently. Well, that's our theory. We don't know, but someone witnessed a lady in a white pickup truck with
It
dark
looks
hair,
like that would have cost some money to
frantically
buy
painting over that.
beige, the ugly beige that everything commercial and lame and boring
Yeah.
in desert towns is painted.
Like I
It
could
was
have used that on my house,
the
right?
ugly, boring beige that we're tired and barfingly disgusted with seeing on top of everything.
Exactly.
Someone painted this wall this.
So if you click onto the next
Disgusting,
one,
boring,
you'll see how it progressed into the evening.
imposing their gross will on other people. Like
I think she
I'm
thought
sick of
it
people
was like-
imposing their aesthetics on others. Like this is beauty to me, brutal minimalism.
Right.
And
Right.
it's just the most gross, offensive thing. Like I like brutal minimalism on certain things. I'm not. No. My point is like imposing your athletics,
Right.
imposing your aesthetics on someone else is like super frustrating. Like this is
Exactly.
other people's neighborhood. It's not just your boring, stupid, sleepy neighborhood.
And at one point, we had 5 pressure washers out there before we decided to run to the Home Depot at 8:45 p.m.
This is incredible. The effort.
Yeah, exactly. People coming together, and that's what community's all about.
Yeah.
And you know,
not this person. If they came together with the community and found out what the community wanted, they would have known these people didn't want this wall painted. That
exactly.
wasn't their
This is a
property to
symbol
paint
of our
over anyway.
neighborhood. Exactly.
Yeah,
So
not only that, but I guarantee it wasn't the people on the other end of that house that actually owned that wall that painted this, huh?
no, it was a group of neighbors. All the people like organized it from the neighborhood. So go on to the next one. There's plenty more.
But
to
I mean,
see.
the person that painted the brown on there, the
we
beige.
don't know.
That
She's
person didn't collaborate with the neighborhood. They were like rogue, and they thought they were doing something for some neighborhood
Something
in
for
their
God.
head.
I don't know. Trying to do God's work.
Yeah, their brain neighborhood that's like
This looks
selfish.
like graffiti to me. I saw some graffiti up the road on the Huntridge. Did you guys see that? Someone got on the roof and did some graffiti up there.
No, I haven't been on
No.
that side of town in a minute.
And so we had a group of people, a lot of great folks. Even Shawnee from Rebar came out with Turbo Ted, and just a whole bunch of like just good people all got together. Our local representative actually,
Now it looks weathered and cool.
yeah, our local representative for our district actually ordered pizzas for all the people who were working. So we had
Oh,
a
nice.
big
Oh,
pizza
yeah.
party afterwards in my
That's
big
awesome.
backyard, so everyone could continue their social distancing. And,
Yeah, I
That's
wonder
awesome.
what it must be like for this person to see that like a whole community rallied together
in less than 24
against
hours.
the thing that they thought was doing was good for everybody.
Yeah.
Right?
Like to be that crazy.
Exactly. So this was this morning. We got back on at about 8 a.m. this morning, and then we ended up getting a second pressure washer because there was still a lot more to do. But they had 4 layers of graffiti protection on there. You can go on to the next one.
Oh, so the mural itself had 4 layers of graffiti protection.
Nice.
So when this
'Cause
person
people tag
came
it
with
all the
this
time.
stupid house paint, it just is coming right off.
Well, it depends on the
It
part.
looks like it's having a hard time coming off still. You guys are working really hard.
We weren't making a lot of progress with the electric pressure washers, so what ended up happening is we got the 3,000 PSI from Home Depot, which if you hit it at the wrong angle, you'll take the entire chunk of the wall right off.
Really?
So keep going to the next. You can see the progress. I sent you like just a few, but I didn't send them all.
So you can see this at greasyconversation.com to see the mural that we're actually looking at. There's the Blue Angel, representing the Blue Angel Motel,
Yep.
historic downtown.
Which is our favorite wind directional thing. What do they call those things? Weather vane.
Oh.
She's a weather vane too.
I
She
didn't know
moves
that.
with the wind, so that's really neat. Yeah.
But wasn't she recently?
Revamped, reinstalled,
Oh, okay. So I heard when she was taken down to be revamped, and I was like, oh, the Blue Angel is down right now.
Exactly. But
So she's back up.
She is back, and she's part of this mural too. So
Dang,
when
downtown
her
Las
face
Vegas
came
news
out,
right now.
it was like it really kind of like a lot of people got very excited. Although they think that the one in the mural is more attractive than the one in the most
This
people.
one in the mural is
than the actual
significantly
statue. Someone
significantly
said that.
hotter.
I won't say who it was.
Yeah, she's like a Disney princess here.
Right? And she got those eyebrows.
Yeah.
I
good
thought about it
quality
for a while.
eyebrows.
Now, you could tell that there was a lot more paint in the beginning there, but some of these other ones didn't have as thick a paint, so they were harder to work with, and it seemed like the different colors, you know,
I'm so
they had different
outraged by the
sensitivity.
gall of someone that would just decide to paint over this for the whole neighborhood
Right?
and not consult anybody.
Yeah, but there was a lot of people getting sprayed and whatnot.
Do you have any hints about who could have done this or whatever?
Again, a white Toyota pickup, a lady
You don't
with
know
dark
if it was
hair.
anyone that owned anything that touched this or anything?
It was just a lady with dark hair, which some people think it might be the lady who used to have all the stickers and papers on her windshield that was all hiding for the police all the time. But we don't know.
But there's definitely no like authority that actually the wall belongs to involved or whatever.
No, it belongs to the homeowner who was out of town. And so
Oh,
we all
man.
rallied together and contacted him. We actually had the electric ones running from his yard.
Cool,
we
cool.
used his water. We had splitters and whatnot.
Yeah, I
Everyone-
was assuming that because, you know, this is crazy. This is really cool letters face different directions in 3D. It's a really amazing mural.
Yeah, they did a great job with it. So
Rescued. Oh, and there's
afterwards,
the treats.
one of the people in the neighborhood made a bunch of veggie
Yeah.
tacos, and like I said, our local representative, she actually sent pizzas out to us, so that was pretty cool.
Nice.
But yeah, it was a long night, and I do apologize for showing up right at 4:20, but you know me.
No, perfect.
Oh, yeah.
That's appropriate.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Well, right on then. Anyway, that is my big piece of Las Vegas news for the conversation.
Nice. Las
Oh, yeah.
Vegas news segment.
Absolutely. Corresponding. Is that a thing? Is that a verb?
Correspondentation.
It is now.
Correspondentation.
All words are
Word.
verbs if you try hard enough.
Exactly.
All words are verbs. Daily. Okay. Do you have another news thing lined up for us next?
I do got something
Gregarino,
lined
let me make a
up.
noise regarding it. Behold, this could be anything.
All right, so apparently there's a plan to release 750 million genetically modified mosquitoes into the wild around the Florida Keys area. The goal of this, so these are all male mosquitoes. They're genetically engineered that their offspring will die extremely young, if at all, if it's born at all.
Because we got to do something about the mosquitoes because it's one of those things where nature's out of control and there's no benefits and there's no ecosystem that they really are important for.
And
You mean like wasps and hornets?
yeah,
Are they
I
like
think-
that too?
I
'Cause,
feel like they are. I like
great.
bees better. But that's just me.
Great. Get them out too. Give them an
I'm
island.
pretty sure like malaria is like transmitted by mosquitoes is the #1 killer of humans
Don't
on the
forget
planet.
West Nile,
It
dog.
is. Well, that's also by
Yeah.
mosquitoes too.
But anyway, so they're kind of worried about it because apparently there was an experiment, a similar type of experiment in Brazil
Which killed a bunch-
last year.
Killed a bunch
Oh
of people.
no.
No, but
Did-
it just didn't work.
Oh, okay.
I don't think we should like disqualify a great idea just because it didn't work for Brazil. Because lots of great ideas didn't work in Brazil.
Yeah, that's
Things
true.
aren't working in Brazil
The
as we
Olympics.
speak.
Yeah, it depends like who released them and who genetically modified them and shit.
Well, it'll all just go away.
Yeah. Well, it reminds me. Did you guys ever see that movie Mimic?
No.
It was like a mid-90s movie, maybe
I
like late
remember the
late
name.
90s.
Yeah.
But it was about there was like some disease in New York that's spread by cockroaches, right? So they decide to genetically engineer cockroaches that will kill all these infectious cockroaches.
Mm.
And doing so, they create some weird insect, and then it just like mates a bunch. There's millions of generations in a few years and all that shit, and they basically turn into these giant like man-looking things that masquerade as people and kill people. And it's awesome. It's a cool horror movie, or at least it was when I was like 12.
Okay.
So
And it's called Mimic.
yeah,
And okay, because
I don't know if it holds up, but I don't care if movies hold up. I'll watch them anyway.
All right. Well, hopefully.
But this gives me that vibes. Like we're gonna have giant mosquitoes running around, stealing our cars,
Or what was that?
pickpocketing.
What was that Crichton one that was all the nano gray goo kind of? Maybe it wasn't Michael Crichton. Maybe I have no details on this. There's a cool. I want to say like swarm or hive or virus or something.
Erica knows horror movies.
It wasn't
Maybe
a
she's
movie.
watching.
No, this was a book. This,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Oh, okay.
On that.
Movie about like gray goo.
Yeah. Michael Crichton's cool, but I have no other details.
Could have been.
All right.
Could not have been.
I had half a recommendation for you. There we go.
Right. That's funny. So that's it. Yep. Mosquitoes still killing people. Still pains in the ass. Still don't know. But what also would be weird is that like if say we did something like humans did something like this and I managed to wipe out mosquitoes, and then what if it turned out they're like a keystone species and like the ecosystem like just
It, like,
collapses?
crumbles. They're
I
like
think they've been
bees.
skating this whole time off of that assumption. I think mosquitoes have genetically taken advantage of
Yeah, they're
humanity's like
parasites. Yeah.
yeah. And I think that like they've had it too good for too long, and we should know by now. I feel like there's so many things we've discovered are keystone species and protected them that we should be able to tell. Oh, these fakers, these posers aren't keystones for anything.
Yeah.
They got to get out of here.
But I
Give
mean,
them an
like-
island or something.
But I mean, the ecology or like the
Leave my
ecosystems are
fair skin
complicated.
alone.
Yeah, it's
Right.
kind of like certain seeds and plants and stuff are like you can't keep them anymore, so they're in the bank. We'll put mosquitoes. Your genes, you can be in some gene bank over here, but none of us are gonna like live with you anymore.
But we do
It
have
was
to
that
consider.
easy.
Yeah,
We do have to consider that mosquitoes will give us. It's prophesied they'll give us Jurassic Park. So we gotta keep them running around long. Well, no, we just need their fossils.
yeah. Those are
All
old
right.
mosquitoes.
Yeah.
They already
Spielberg
got their
prophecies.
day.
Okay.
Spielberg
Got it.
prophecies,
Yeah.
They
The
had their
Crichton
day.
prophecies.
Over them.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. That's it.
I'm really excited
kinda-
about that. I'm
man,
really
I
excited
just-
that we might actually like do something. Because I thought for a minute that they've been skating by. And
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm kind of feeling like we shouldn't just settle for trying to like infiltrate them with genetic manipulation. We should just straight up go to fucking war.
Yeah, mosquito war.
Yeah, man.
We've like decimated species by accident. This is one that
Yeah.
really needs it.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's see what we can do and put our
Well, maybe
minds
there's
to
like
it.
a supplement we could take that every time they bite someone, you know.
Yeah.
Like once we like if humans ever developed like space travel and started finding other species, like we would be terrifying. Imagine like what we could do to a planet if we like wanted to fuck it up.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah.
You know what I mean? We just like
we
land
did to
there.
this country.
We
when
have enough-
moved.
Oh, the whole
Yeah.
planet, like the whole, you know.
We
Like,
have leftovers that could blow up a planet right now.
Bring some
Right, yeah.
viruses to the new
Like-
planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
other
man, like,
creatures on
imagine, like-
Mars. We wiped them out.
Do you guys want some blankets?
right?
Remember that
Yeah.
foot you saw earlier?
Wouldn't even need a military. You just send like humans to live there. They're like,
Yeah, just settlers. That's
we're like
plenty.
we're space refugees.
We have some blankets for you.
Yeah.
then like,
Avatar.
Check out these.
Oh wait, Avatar and Dances with Wolves is the same movie. Oh, I get it. Seriously though, you just
Space
pointed
Pocahontas.
that out.
I
Yeah,
used to call it.
oh yeah, it was like space Pocahontas right away.
it's the exact same.
Yeah, it
length.
seems. Yeah.
Totally.
It's everything. Kevin Costner in a robot suit
It's all the same
taking
story.
over another freaking country.
We're all Stardust.
Good stuff.
I love it.
I love it. Hell yeah.
I like the revelation you had there, Buck. That's valuable.
Great,
You
great
know.
mosquito, great mosquito war of
Making
2020.
associations. It's a thing.
Yeah. It's the connection show, you guys.
Hell yeah.
Dang, I can't believe we're almost to the halfway point. We chomped already.
Yeah, man.
It helps when I show up late. This feels like nothing.
Yeah, I didn't even notice you were late. I was like, oh, Buck's coming in right after the
I thought
intro.
I seriously thought it was like 5 minutes, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, yeah.
No, you
It's all
get privilege, like, coming when you want privilege.
Yeah, I have like no.
It's a fashionable thing. I'm
Yeah.
fashionably late. It's a thing I do.
I have like
I love
zero concept of time anymore. Anyway.
Yeah.
Like I slept all of Friday and like had no clue where I was yesterday.
Wow.
I like
Nice.
It's just gone.
Must be nice.
Yeah.
Right?
Must
we
be
were
fucking
peeling
nice.
off brown paint till midnight last night. I envy that.
Well, I mean, I wanted to wake up, but it just didn't happen.
I'm
for me.
kidding. I don't envy that.
No, no.
There's something strangely satisfying about doing things for your community.
Yeah,
you
no,
know?
totally. Yeah.
I mean,
Totally.
I got pizza back. It immediately gave back. The
Yeah.
karma was like, here, pizza. Here, tacos. Here,
Karma
fun.
pizza.
Good people. Yeah, but so many good people came out. And even the people who didn't come out, they were always just waiting.
Nice.
Just waiting.
They'll be out next time.
Right? Well, hopefully people will be looking out if they see that crazy lady out there because that job went quick. Anyway, on to the next news story. What do we got?
Yeah, keeping us chugging right now.
Yeah. All right. So we have a giant floating volcanic raft
That looks
heading
dope.
near Australia. So what happened is
What?
like an underwater volcano spewed a bunch of magma.
Filled with oxygen or gas of some sort.
Volcanic
obviously, 'cause it's
raft.
floating.
So it created a giant floating island of minerals, namely pumice, which is why it's really light.
Whoa! So like some company could come out there.
Yeah, get some pumice stone.
Yeah. Well, they're hoping that it'll pass over like the Great Barrier Reefs and kind of inject like a just shot of nutrients to the barrier reef because a lot like the barrier reef's like in fucking trouble, man.
Dude, I am telling you, one of these like skincare companies needs to just set up a rig on there, start mining that stuff, just mining pumice.
Yeah, I love pumice. You guys, holla if you love some pumice.
Right? It's just
It's like-
it's just a fun rock.
Yeah, even as like a paperweight to pick it up and look at the little holes and stuff.
Sometimes you just want to get rid of some extra skin.
Yeah,
You know?
it's handy too.
It's like the cheese grater of skin.
I love it.
Gross.
That makes me hungry.
Word.
Yeah, I do a full body pumice daily.
Yeah,
Part of my daily ritual. Man,
pumice
like-
enthusiast over here.
it's like a fucking
Wow.
American psycho status thing, man. Imagine how long would it take to do a full body pumice?
Just have to take the top layer of my skin off
Yeah.
before I go to bed every night.
everywhere. It sounds nice.
Or
feel
like some weird
pampered.
tweaker thing.
Yeah. Well, I wish you could just.
Oh man.
Anyway, moving on.
All right, raise your hand if you've actually taken off one layer of skin before in one sitting.
It's like the
No.
whole body.
Yeah.
Are you talking about like sunburn? Because you can do that real quick.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh man, I once thought that like the sun could help heal faster like shin bruises from trying to take a kayak into the ocean and being all choppy.
Oh man.
And the combination of the bruising and the sunburning made me so sick.
Yeah, the heat probably would have helped it, but yeah, the sunburn.
No,
Brother, man.
took it too far for sure.
You're still here to share the story.
Barely.
Didn't kill you. It's a beautiful thing.
So is this whole thing, Greg, here this island, or is it all these little rocks that come as like floaties?
No, I'm guessing. That's it.
It's a giant
Wow.
raft, man. That's a
There's
pumice raft.
all these tiny clouds above it. It looks like the pumice raft to end all rafts. Raft game strong.
I'm telling you, they need to put a rig on that thing. And
Mine
just
it.
mine it like,
Mine
like
it.
it's
Start
an
mining.
asteroid.
Mine it all.
Like they do in the movies.
Totally. Mining is my
Sounds
solution to
virtuous.
everything. Just mine everything.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Exactly.
So, dude, that would like.
We become like pro mining the show. What is that?
I mean, I'll mine some Bitcoin. I'll
Yeah.
buy some machines for that. I can make it from a processor and electricity. What?
I would like it if like a lot of Hollywood movies were remade, but like the plot of Armageddon, like the solution is to send in the mining team,
Yeah.
like Saving Private Ryan.
That's so America.
Just send in the miners.
Did
Send
you
in the
ever
mining
buy
team.
Bitcoin mining hardware, Buck?
Hell no.
I know it's like this.
Seriously,
It's
dude.
obsolete as soon as you get it.
Yeah, like honestly, I mean, even just to like buy into Bitcoin for me is just not like something that I can conceptualize. And if I did, I would get a controlled amount. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But now all these different countries are coming up with their local digital currency to try to compete with all these, you know, with the Bitcoin and every kind of like Bitcoin, whatever. What are they called? Cryptocurrencies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cryptos.
Yeah, and it's just so weird to see. And people are like, oh, they're gonna go completely cashless. All these countries they're doing digital currency. What's going on? Well, they got to, man, because like people operate 24/7.
Yeah,
Banks don't,
for sure.
right? So anyway, future of America. I digress.
That's a good point. Also, it's like the dollars have been fiat currency and like fake for this whole time anyway.
Yeah, like
So
a lot of it, most of our currency is like digital
yeah,
already.
Yeah.
So that would be just like more secure in a different way.
Just saying.
I was thinking about that earlier. I'm like, if you just destroyed like bills, like does the concept of like that amount of money still exist digitally?
It does.
depends on if
but
it was
at the
like
same
converted.
time,
Yeah, that's true.
like you've got to have some sort of trade system, like
Yeah,
of
yeah.
physical items, and it can't just be barter. You're gonna have to have some sort of paper.
That's something I argue with people that
Shekels,
want to
whatever.
like eliminate money. Is like, I'm sorry, maybe for you and like less and less as your circle grows, you can exist without money because you can agree. But it's harder and harder to agree as the circle gets bigger and more diverse. And we can't live in a world with only a couple kinds of people. We need a whole rainbow of different kinds of people.
Yeah.
Well,
And
that's
to
what
make
makes
it all work,
wonderful.
you're going to start trading things.
Yeah.
And you can't eliminate trade. Trade is part of how we became people.
Really?
We can't have civilization without trade. And you can't have trade with fair without valuing things. And as soon as you value things, you have a currency.
It's true.
So it's like unavoidable. But the thing is, that doesn't mean that you can't do it. You have to do it unregulated. So like a lot of people think, oh, just get rid of money. I feel like it's a lazy solution to something that just needs to be regulated.
I won't need to pay taxes.
Well, it's like cars would be so dangerous if any kids could just drive them into whoever,
Yeah.
but it's heavily regulated.
Sure.
It's the only way we can have it. And I'm not saying heavily regulate everything, but I'm not saying get rid of stuff because you're too lazy to regulate them either.
Yeah, or
So-
come up with like a real solution.
Yeah, it's a lazy solution. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't like this. Let's get rid of it. Get rid of all the socialism and get rid of all the capitalism. Like, oh, well, okay.
One or the
so
other,
what,
like, no.
then?
Why can't we
We-
have just diversity, like
Just
the
crawl
humans
in a
that
hole and
occupy
die.
this planet?
Yeah,
you
why
know?
can't we just have everyone work? Yeah, everyone work together.
Yeah.
And that means compromise, and that means that there's got to be
Communication,
some
all that.
systems.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's got to have a little socialism and a little capitalism up in your little society.
Yeah.
So
we're,
sprinkle
we're
it all
not
in
going to
there.
divert into politics, so we could talk about
no.
this.
I'll go strong
All-
into politics if it's like hard neutral. Like, damn it,
Damn
I'm
it.
arguing hard for
You know me,
neutral.
man.
Yeah.
I'm the
You
same
guys,
way.
you
I'll
have
make
to have
fun of all of
both.
them.
Yeah.
That's half the fun.
I feel
We're not excluding either one.
neutral.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, you know.
passionately
The world
neutral.
we're in.
I wonder
nowadays.
if
Yeah.
that YouTube video is still even.
Oh, let's check.
The clip.
So tell about the legend real quick.
So
and I'm gonna look it up.
there's a clip of a Futurama episode where there was this group of people who were just neutral about everything, just completely neutral.
That sounds great.
Yeah, but the video of that clip, the likes and dislikes have been like equal forever. So when someone, it just goes back and forth. I don't know if that was the original one, but
That's
I
here,
bet,
yeah.
I bet like each one has people that do it. I'm
So-
sure everyone who like watches it equalizes it.
It's called Neutral Response. It's a 6-second clip of just the guy saying, "I feel
Neutral.
yeah, neutral. I don't feel more one way or the other.
Yeah.
Something like that. Equally one way as the other.
Isn't that
But-
like what a lobotomy is?
The exciting part is, for years and years and years, as long as YouTube has had this clip, the likes and dislikes have been exactly the same.
Yeah.
485, 909 is what they're both at now.
Well, that's not. I don't even think that's like the original one because it had like.
Excuse me.
I mean, it
it's
had
got
that way
10,
more.
10 million views.
Yeah.
No, that's 10
maybe.
million. 2009.
Yeah.
I remember this username. So this is
Yeah.
the one I remember we looked at before. Early on, like season 1 of Greasy Conversation, we talked about this video.
Yeah.
But we have theories about it.
Is he friends with Tom from MySpace?
Totally. Look, it's 2009 is so long ago that it's not widescreen yet.
That's
You know,
awesome.
it's so weird that something from the 2000s is so old that like the shape of the video is a different shape.
That's why I love binging old TV shows.
That like weirds my mind. Like just remembering when YouTube wasn't square by default anymore. Like whoa.
Or like, fucking just square TVs.
yeah, that was just
fucking
normal and just took
savages.
it for granted. Yeah,
Yeah.
we were monsters. Okay, so theories on how it's neutral. One we were talking about is that there's some bot in YouTube running on
that
someone's
matches
station.
either or.
Yeah, that's just a quick little Python script or whatever.
Every time
that
it gets
sees,
the email, it goes in and
yeah,
wow.
as soon as it gets a ding, that the plus or this user probably runs it, because they could get the ding more easily if it's their own account. So then it gets that ding and it does the opposite thing,
And
no
then
matter
what
who
does
likes
do?
it or
Does
dislikes
it
it.
generate a false account or a temporary generic account? Does it
Oh,
go out
you're right,
to
it has to be a new account to
Fiverr.com
do it
and
every time.
get you a
Oh,
like?
yeah.
That's perfect question, and that's why we were thinking before that it would have to be someone internal at Google.
Yeah.
They would actually have the power to change that.
I could
as
see someone
just a
putting that
value.
Easter egg out there a long time ago.
Yeah.
But it kind of made me think of that Rick and Morty episode where that lady, Rick's girlfriend, assimilates entire planets.
Uh-huh.
Oh, she's like the hive consciousness?
Yeah. And then when they finally get her to let the whole planet go or whatever, they're all just killing each other.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're
I
all
think
at peace
it's
with
They
it.
go
square
like,
nipples
right?
and pointy nipples.
Yeah, it was cone nipples.
Yeah, cone nipples
like
and
spiral
pyramid nipples or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show that, like, you know, the differences between different creatures can kill them. And, you know, we don't need that hive mind. That's why we need to vote. So make sure you get out there and vote, folks. I don't
Hell
even know
yeah.
which camera's on right now.
I
but
think
vote. And also, the upcoming election, the polls are open. I know I've been seeing people on Facebook going, oh, you have to do mail-in, all this sort of stuff. Well, guess what? There are going to be polls, and there are going to be people volunteering for polls that are not the old people that have to worry about COVID. There's people like me, my lady Erica. You can go on to the Nevada electoral website, and you can sign up. If you have extra time, if you're furloughed from work like me, or you know you want to just be involved in the process, please get out there. And even if you don't volunteer, vote. Encourage people you know have time to volunteer. All right, I'm going to get off my soapbox.
People get so upset at the president, and the president's such a distraction to blame things on, while you can sneak past all these other elected officials that you didn't think to vote on that are really doing all the bad stuff that you could have voted on if you
just
were
taken
just
the time to learn about
scapegoating
it.
whoever the president was in that year.
Exactly.
Yeah, and actually looked at other stuff you could vote for. Not only that, but it shouldn't just start with you voting. You can help other people vote. You can also there's
encourage it.
Las Vegas, you always see houses that there's like some snowbird that's only there a couple months a year.
Yeah.
But people have residency in Nevada for the lack
for
of
tax
sales
purposes.
stuff. So you can check their
Income
mail,
tax.
and sometimes their mail-in voting's right there, so you can totally vote as them.
What?
Help them out and vote as your snowbird neighbors. Totally, you might have old people in the house that aren't really mentally, but you can vote as them too.
No.
Totally.
No, this
you can
is-
take over
If you
them.
feel better about it, you could just show up.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is what like cracks me up when people think that like people are gonna vote twice
about
or
the
vote as
dogs?
someone
yeah,
else.
it
What about
actually
the
never
dogs?
happens. Yeah.
Yeah,
dogs
but
got ballots.
like think about all right,
I vote for my dogs for sure.
last
Write 'em in.
last presidential election, it was less than half of all voting adults that voted. Think about like, I mean, how much of a pain in the ass it is to vote now.
Yeah.
People aren't gonna do that twice.
No. The actual, you might think that you could sneak it past, but it's really hard for anyone to vote as a second person. That
Yeah.
practically never happens historically. But what does happen is, instead of voter fraud like you're discussing, is actual election fraud.
Yeah.
Where things get messed up in the process of how the election
Oh,
happens.
darn, we broke
There's a
the
whole
system.
Yeah.
We need a
rainbow of how
recount.
that can happen. And how I could help you guys do that for yourself. If you want to rig the election, talk to me.
We'll get together, we'll create a big plan, and we will get
And then I will
Kanye.
escape. I will escape with all the money.
Imagine that myth going around like, oh, Woz rigs elections. That'd be such great hype for the show, you guys. Spread
That's
that.
true, man. Any press is good press, right?
Yeah. It's like, oh, come at me. Prove I rig elections. It's like so comical that like it'd be hard to prove too, so equally fun
There's a
to
lot
start.
of trolls out there, man.
Yeah.
Don't feed the trolls, bro. Don't feed the trolls, man.
Right.
It gets messy.
I know. We should
Real
be so
fast.
maybe we're getting like lonely for trolls, and we've got like I'm gonna totally regret saying this right now.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. So Woz does voter fraud. Spread it.
I had a friend of mine, a nice lady from like South North Carolina. She's a hairdresser, and she was trolling, and she didn't even realize it.
Yeah, a lot
Oh,
of
she
people
was one
don't
of
even
those
know.
people?
And I was like, I was like, I put the definition of troll on that little animated GIF or whatever. She's all, oh, nice job, you are trolling. And I go, no, my friend, you're the troll today. Like, I had to like make it clear. And she about lost it. I go, you are freaking people out with this whole like theory that you're doing, riddle me this crap. Why is everyone riddle me this thing? Is there some sort of
Is that
like,
a thing?
I've seen like 10 Facebook posts.
People
and
say riddle me this.
riddle
before
me this,
things?
and then they
Yeah.
rant about something. I'm
I
like,
don't know.
who the frick are you? Are you the Riddler? Are you freaking wearing a funny suit with question marks on it, dressed
Aw.
as Jim Carrey? Come on, people.
Yeah, we're trying to find out how to get free money from the government all of a
Oh.
sudden with these question mark suits.
I love that guy.
Dude,
Right.
what is that fucking guy's name? Anyway, don't care. He just has a giant book that he's trying to sell you, man. The biggest book of all time.
Either way,
A lot
you
of
can
people have
remember the
gotten free
ShamWow
grants
guy.
from that book. He's
You
a
can
hero.
remember the My Pillow guy, but you can't remember that poor guy. What was he doing?
ShamWow
What was his
guy.
name? I already
Okay,
forgot what we
okay,
were talking
okay. I
about.
forgot.
Moving on.
You got it. No, you gotta know.
We're on YouTube. I'll show you guys.
You
The
gotta
question
fucking-
mark
keep-
guy. That's it.
Yeah, you keep talking and I'll show him in the
I
background.
think his like last name's. I feel like it's like Lazo.
Oh yeah, Michael.
Question mark guy.
I don't know. Michael
Matthew
Matthew
Man.
Lesko.
Okay.
I
Vice did a video on him.
Wow.
We
He's
were
I
inspirational.
forgot about this Vice video. This is insane.
Yeah, this dude used to be like way more commercials.
Wow.
There
and
you
he's
go.
trying to, and I think he's trying to sell you like a book of government grants or something.
Yeah, how to get free
Dude,
money from the government.
all-
That's what
yeah,
Wash
he's
said.
helped
yeah.
a lot of people too. He's a hero.
Wow. Wow.
One of few infomercial heroes. He's a real hype beast.
Cool. All right.
Look at that.
Hell yeah.
Don't you
I'll
want to
support
be?
him.
I could never be that extroverted
like a
at
cool
that
dude.
age. I'm only getting more introverted as I get older.
Oh yeah, like
Lies.
I'm already
Lies.
Is it
never
sad?
leaving the
Fix me,
house.
Buck. You're
Dude,
like
you're
one of the
more
most
social than you
extroverted people I know.
realize.
Oh, I know. Well, I know no one's as simple as just 100% extrovert or introverted, but I really do get drained with extroverted stuff, even if I practice them and think I'm good at them. And I'm energized with a lot of introvert stuff, increasingly as I'm getting older, suspiciously, because it's like, oh no, have I made all these dreams depend on extrovert lust that I don't have anymore?
Yeah.
So-
you should come over for more pool days.
Pool days! So these shades, man, time
Those are
traveling.
some shades, man. Yeah.
Something special.
Radio listeners, his shades are different colors, just to keep you.
It's like
in the
someone's
clue.
bladder painted.
Oh my
yeah,
god,
something special.
I can't even look at him anymore. I'm too jealous. So, what do we have lined up next by chance? And I'll make a noise to get us excited about it.
So, yeah.
Okay.
I demand noise. Noise of declaration.
Behold,
What he said.
Greasy Conversation.
So this is just a pretty cool fucking picture of a lightning, a very specific lightning event called what is it called? A red sprite.
Oh wow.
And it looks kind of like a jellyfish.
Looks like a freaking alien spaceship invasion.
Yeah, right? And it's red. It looks badass. But apparently it's pretty rare to catch a photo of them, so
From Business Insider, coming
Props
with
to
a
this
weird
dude.
scientific phenomenon.
yeah.
Thanks. Business Insider is reaching out. They've been surprising me.
This
That's a
is
good
not
sub.
business related, but I'm
I-
cool with it.
I kind of love, low key, I love Business Insider. Because in like the years we've been doing this, they've had the most like solid articles, scoops that weren't business that other people were sleeping on.
Really?
Almost as much as IFL Science, especially for science. So Business Insider has been like a great science journalism source.
Yeah, I
oddly
always
enough.
remember their like science articles being pretty decent as far as like, I mean, above a lot of science journalism for sure.
This jellyfish lightning is
It looks-
the most amazing thing I think we've looked at all year.
It's pretty badass looking.
Holy crap.
Right? But does it reach the ground? No, it's way up there.
Nah, does it need
I
to?
imagine it would have to.
What level of the atmosphere is it in?
Oh no, this is way up. Yeah, sorry, I read this earlier because I was
It looks like
this
it's
is
pretty
50
far
miles
up there.
up. Yeah, this is 50 miles up into the atmosphere.
Wow.
50 miles up into the atmosphere.
Yeah, well, that happens up to 50 miles. So this might not necessarily be 50 miles up, but
Sure.
it can happen up to there.
Totally.
So I guess it usually happens pretty far.
I think I've got drama for it. Hold on. Glowing plumes rise from the top of the fluffy part at the head section. Dangling veins of what is this?
Destruction.
Roots.
Roots of
Yeah.
electrical
A root system hangs below, tendriling down into the scared villagers.
Looking for passenger planes to gobble up.
Roaming for small jets.
Damn Learjets. All those
Man,
rich
what if
people.
this
in 'em.
was the Bermuda Triangle all along?
This thing is insanely
I really
pretty,
want,
though. You
I really
gotta
want to
see
like
it.
find something that, like, it's just one thing that explains the Bermuda Triangle. Like it's like a turtle or something.
Yeah.
I
It's
think
just a big rock.
I not
People
to
keep bumping into it.
not to keep making the show about flashbacks to previous episodes, but I think we debunked the Bermuda Triangle by this one article we looked at back in the garage. I think it was in season 2.
I do vaguely remember
And
that.
the
Yeah.
explanation for it, that one thing, that one crazy space turtle that was causing all the things and stuff,
That makes
was
sense.
100% statistical math. It was just coincidence that there was a lot of traffic, and if you look at where boats would travel, the area that the Bermuda Triangle has, that there's the most reported crazy stuff, is just the area where there's the most traffic, so there's the highest probability of
Yeah.
any random
So you're
event.
saying it's like Friday the 13th?
Was Friday the 13th like
It came up, the insurance companies, they said that there was the most accidents and disasters and whatnot on the 13th of every month. It was a Friday, and it was a statistical thing that made it so it was like, oh, don't go out on the 13th, because that's what, like you described, when most of the accidents happened that the insurance companies had to pay for.
Oh, so yeah, tell me if it's similar, because in this case, what it is just you're going to have the most maritime accidents in that area because there's the most maritime
Assholes.
occurring there. Just anything maritime,
Yeah.
that's where there's the most
But-
people in a boat.
How does that explain
In
the
one
planes,
place.
man?
It's just it's a place where a bunch of air traffic converges too. So it's just,
Yeah.
if you look at where planes are the most, that's where plane weirdness will be the most.
Yeah.
So that's what it was. It's just like, kind of like saying, if you spend all day on the couch in front of the TV, most of the bad things that are going to happen to you in life are going to take place when you're
On
on
your
the couch in
couch.
front of the TV. Yeah. Like, oh, I always get a bad phone call when I'm in this one place that I'm always at.
Yeah. Or like I was on the bus one time and I heard a dude say, "I'll never go to a hospital. People die in those places." And I go, "Yeah, it's a fucking hospital. They're trying to save people.
Yeah.
But of course people die. That's where you take someone who's dying."
What are you, Baron von Munchausen?
Like,
Oh wait, you guys haven't seen that, have you?
I have not.
No.
No doctors. Baron von Munchausen. Put that on your list.
That's
It's
Yeah.
got Robin Williams and a whole bunch of other ones. Uma Thurman.
Oh,
It's done
yeah,
by Terry
yeah,
Gilliam,
Robbie.
Monty Python.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Nice. One of
nice.
his.
The Adventures of Baron von
That's
Munchausen.
right. That's one of his I haven't seen. Yeah.
Yeah, he gets younger and younger as he has more adventures.
Dope.
Love
Wow,
it.
great
That's-
media recommendation.
Oh, yeah, we got a comment from Jebediah. Says, "Imagine seeing that lightning in a time period when we didn't know it was lightning. That would be far out, man.
For sure.
Like that's
sure.
immediately like devil. Like people are like, shit, the devil's coming.
I'd hella pray to it.
The
Yeah.
bad stuff's coming, man. That's a fucking omen if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, but again, can you see it from the ground?
That thing, you can see that thing from the ground.
You think?
For sure, it's only 50 miles up. That's
Is that
not-
the ground on the bottom there? Oh, okay. On the photo? Okay.
I think it would just
No.
look, you'd be looking up into the tendrils.
Sure.
Yeah.
I could see
It
that.
depends, like, I mean, how cloudy it is and that shit. But no, that would definitely be like immediate God. You know, that's added to the pantheon, like
Also,
right away.
isn't pumice a supplement now? I bet you chomping down
No,
some pumice would be good for you.
I don't know.
Clean
You
it
know-
out,
you
like
know what?
drinking cranberry juice is supposed to do that to
You
your
know, like,
urinary tract.
what is the joint stuff?
Glucosamine?
No.
Chondroitin.
Chondroitin.
Dang, we on it.
That actually, I think, comes from like shellfish,
Yeah.
and they like grind up like lobster shells and crab shells and
Oh,
all that
yeah,
sort of
yeah.
stuff.
Or a cuttle bone for calcium,
Yeah,
which is
exactly.
like a big flat bone inside a cuttlefish. And they'll
Oh.
grind it up for calcium.
Exactly, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. We should
Yum.
we should check that out for a
I
future
got
story.
my
Thank you,
little-
We got
Jebediah.
so many things to recommend.
Right, right.
I eat a bag of pumice bites
Yeah.
at least once a day.
Pumice nibbles.
Keeps my teeth smooth.
Okay.
Keeps my gums back.
Keeps your teeth smooth. I see some of you guys, your teeth aren't so smooth as
Yeah.
they used to be when you're a baby with those smooth baby teeth.
Yeah.
Your teeth be looking all bumpity. You gotta
Get some
round that
pumice
in.
bites.
Yeah, pumice bites.
Pumice nibbles.
Yeah, you know, my dog Rocky, he eats gravel.
Yeah, aw,
He's got great teeth.
yikes.
I mean, he doesn't eat it; he chews on it.
wow, that's hardcore.
He's
That's a
Rocky.
gangster move.
I'm just saying.
Just like, I'm not fucking with some guy chewing gravel. Look out for that, dude.
Yeah,
like,
this is wild.
This could be you.
I'm telling you.
I chew rocks.
That dog is a therapist. Depressed people come and see him, and they're happy when they leave.
That dog needs a therapist, too.
Right.
Just to be like, yo, it's not all about you.
Yeah,
It's not
the new couch is coming. I'm hoping he calms down by then.
that egotistical ass dog.
That's
So
funny.
damn cute, though.
Totally.
Oh, relate. Should we do Bilbo?
Quick Bilbo.
Bilbo.
Quick Baggins.
Yep.
Baggins Zest.
Hi, I'm always on the go, and I need the one thing to help me keep moving.
Zip Fizz.
That's right. It's an all-natural energy mix that comes in a tube. I can keep one in my pocket or my purse. So many great flavors such as fruit punch, grape, orange soda, plus no hard crash because there is no sugar, but it is loaded with B12. It's high on electrolytes. I just love it.
ZipFizz.com.
Be sure to get your mix of music. Listen to us with the RadioVegas.rocks app available at the App Store. And check out our VIP card, interact with us in our chat room, and scheduling of our RadioVegas.rocks shows, plus podcasts. It's all available on RadioVegas.rocks app.
Welcome back. It's Greasy Conversation, spelled the correct way on our website. You can watch what we're looking at in dank news land. The dankest of the news that you should have already heard about in science and weird animals and people being strange and all that. Speaking of strange things, buying electronic parts from China, as I'm wont to do.
Okay.
Some factory mixed it up that apparently had chips and circuit boards and sent this weird hairband with a donut on it.
Wow.
I've tried to Google it. I think it's secret good luck because I can't even Google like donut weird butthole headband and find it anywhere.
It's kind of a sphincter kind of look to it.
Yeah, it looks like a mini donut
Show
from
us to the other
7-Eleven.
cameras so the Facebookers can see it
Oh,
too.
for sure, for sure. It's been on camera last episode too. It's becoming to be a thing.
It's a new staple.
And we want to find like what these things are called. I can't find any evidence of this existing anywhere else. It's got like styrofoam crumbles in it, like a beanbag chair, and it is very, very cheap. It's like glued together. It's not built well. So I'm wondering if it's like some grassroots independent, like, oh, my daughter's got this Etsy account where she makes these weird butthole headbands, and she had a box of them for some of the employees at work buying them for their weird daughters, and one fell into this young man's electronics order, and that or there's a factory that just makes these and chips. Like, oh, we make opto-isolators and butthole headbands. Like, what is this? Like, how do you mix that up?
Get
like,
a sphincter band today.
oh, he needed a dual op amp. Oh, do you mean this butthole headband?
Right.
It said electronics on the bag, too.
Really?
But, like, not what thing, yeah. I'm not sure what chip I, like, didn't get or whatever. I think it was a bonus. I think they just were like, oh, I know this customer. We're going to give him a little taste of this headband, and then he'll start ordering that with his chips next time.
Right.
Wow, that's
Yeah, he'll get some electrolytic capacitors and, like, 10 more butthole headbands.
not even my 1998 OG internet skills is able to find that.
Are you
Like,
still trying to find my donut headband, my mini donut?
You got the word donut in there, which is throwing it off because the searches have tons of donut stuff
Right?
everywhere.
It's
The donuts are a distraction.
high fashion, you guys. This is maximum fashion. It's so exclusive, we don't even know how to Google it. You come up with a dress for the Emmys or whatever that you can't
yeah.
even Google it, and you're like,
I feel like
Queen
I've seen one
fashion.
of those
Yeah.
before, though.
like a
There's got to
right?
be a name
Doesn't
for it.
That's when good art shakes hands and looks familiar. It looks like it should be a thing. It lets you feel like you already know it. It was already made for you. How that was timeless. It existed forever. And like great art, this headband looks like you should know it. You should recognize it. And yet it's one of a kind. And there was like a
True.
glue crumble I had to cut out of it because it was so badly made.
What? Hey, here you go. No, that's
No.
There's no way you'll
Wah, wah,
never
wah.
find it. If you do, you'll win
It's a boho ball headband.
boho ball. There's no way. We're gonna learn together.
I'm telling you, I've been on the internet since
Yeah,
I
there's
worked at
some.
the internet company
We're looking
in
at
98.
boho ball. These boho ball headbands are not this.
Hold
I
on.
see no
It's
mini
close.
donut.
We're on some Sherlock
Oh,
shit
man.
now.
We're totally hunting it down in real time with you guys. you're in the mix of
There, see, here's one
expansion.
right here. Oh wait, that's a full headband.
So
But that's
that,
the same ball.
That ball is knotted. So I'm gonna pull up. Buck's looking at something like this object. But see, in this headband, that ball is part of the folding of one piece of fabric.
That ball is supposed to be on the front of your head. It's not supposed to be a butthole.
Okay, check it out though. Not only that. So let me move this so you can see. If the if you put the ball in the front on this one, this other part doesn't spread out like that does, because this is just a headband with a ball glued to it. And that one, the ball is actually like part of how the headband stuff is tied together. So I don't know.
So
if
maybe
this
it's
is influenced.
like trying to imitate it.
Possibly.
Yeah.
But
Totally.
that's
No
the closest
But-
influence I see that it could have been.
You could use it to like keep the hair off your neck and then have the nub on the front. The nub. It's a nub. It's definitely a
Totally.
nub.
Checking on administrative stuff at the same time. So I feel like we half solved the mystery enough that I'm ready to flutter onto something else. But it's still kind of up in the air.
Here you go. Bun headband for babies. Donut turban.
There's no way this is
Dude.
That's pretty close.
for a baby.
That's freaking it.
Donut turban.
Oh yeah,
Dude.
that's it, dude. Bro.
Right here. Look. There's
Dude, bro.
It's for babies.
Oh my gosh, you found it. Oh, see, though, this is really close to it. Here's the only difference. Okay.
Bun headband for babies. Bun headband for babies.
So what we found is probably what this is a knockoff of, because the color is the same.
Oh, this is a do-it-yourself video. Yeah, it's
And-
probably a knockoff.
Yeah.
The thing is,
Probably a
this
really
one, they
common
didn't
thing.
make this part get wide enough. It's for, it does stretch a good amount, though. Okay, seeing how much that can stretch this way. Oh, man, this could be some dope underwear.
This,
extra butthole on the
this
front.
one is an actual knot. That person just put a piece of foam in there.
Yeah, this has like foam crumbly beanbag
Well, like-
chair material.
okay,
Whereas
so-
this one is a decorative knot.
Were they trying to ship a baby? And
Maybe
that just
there's
fell
a
off the
baby I
baby's
didn't
head?
get. Yeah, maybe there's a whole
Yeah, I
rest
think
of
you
the
should have
baby.
got a baby in there.
Yeah, it's supposed to be on the front of the baby's head so it looks less ugly because babies are ugly.
This helps turn that ugly down on your weird ugly baby.
If you're a fan of kids, I'm sorry, not sorry.
It's like
Yeah.
you put on the head of the baby a representation of the part that you could have had sex with to not have a baby.
Ah, the condom that you missed. It looks like a
Constant-
condom on
It's
your.
a constant reminder.
It looks like a little extra anus on the baby's forehead. Yeah, what starts this fashion? Who's like, I love donuts and I love kids. I want to just eat them both up.
Put
Put
no.
a donut on my kid's head.
Gross.
It's kind of a cool knot shape if you're just into the shapes of knots. That
Right.
again sounds weird.
It does.
All
Sounds
right.
very weird.
Wow, how do we roll out of that? I got some
Mystery
noises.
solved.
Mystery solved. Handled.
I'm glad Buck solved that because that would have gone on for like, not like today, but
What is
that
it?
would just be like in a perpetual mystery forever.
Accomplishment. Wait, no, it's an achievement completed.
Yeah. Achievement unlocked.
That's it. We know what it is now. We've unlocked the knowledge.
All right, this one. So all right. Researchers observed the first interaction between time crystals. All right. I thought
Finally,
about
time crystals have touched.
I thought about researching like
Mm-hmm.
to get a better idea of time crystals, and I didn't do that because I don't know what day of the week it is.
freaking bullshit.
It's okay.
Oh,
I
wait.
got this one.
Oh, you mean like time, like for your watch?
So time crystals
I'm thinking
aren't
time travel, bro.
a
No.
physical object like
Like
you
a
might
quartz
think.
watch, yeah.
A time crystal occurs when you have, in this case, they're doing it with gas. And it's more of a formation than it is a physical object.
Oh, I have time crystals every night after Taco Bell. Oh, wait, no. Go on, I'm listening.
Dang,
Sorry, I couldn't
those
resist.
taco crystals. So what they did is they made this two gas, they have a gas cloud and they made, this is a really awful explanation compared to what you could read at IFL Science, linked at greasyconversation.com, but this is a good introduction. So instead of being a physical thing, it's a structure or like a shape of molecules that are doing a certain movement. Like picture them in
That
a
keep
line
it time.
doing a dance, and they do the dance in time. Yeah.
Hmm.
So there's a rhythm to a pattern to a movement. So you have these people dancing in a line. All these people are in the room. These people represent molecules of helium or hydrogen or whatever in this
That are keeping
thing.
this time.
Yeah, so these dancers, they're line dancing,
Mm-hmm.
and they've got one conga line, and then you've got this other conga line, and then everyone else is just walking around with their drinks, ignoring the conga lines. The conga lines are the time crystals, and when they bump together, you got this thing called the Josephson effect, which I just learned about researching this, where the conga lines start interacting and touching each other and being affected by each other. Maybe someone in one line starts mimicking a dance move in the other line and adds it to their line.
Okay.
You get crosstalk. So that's time crystals touching, you guys. There we go.
But it reminded me, have you guys ever encountered Time Cube?
No.
Time Cube? Is that like the Life Cube? Oh, wait, no. That was
No,
the
no,
art project
Time
in downtown
Cube-
Vegas. Go
Time
on.
Cube is a legend from ways back. It was like this professor who didn't teach anymore, but he was like crazy, totally off his rocker. Something happened to him, and he developed this theory called Time Cube.
Okay.
And there's a YouTube video of him like explaining it. I think he was even on CNN once discussing it. It's like early 2000s, I think. But like his it's this weird thing that he never explains very well, but it's like the true structure of the universe is called Time Cube. And there's like four-dimensional time and shit.
Does he cover the multiverse, though? Because if it
Uh,
doesn't have any Rick
it's
and Morty
all-
references, I don't get it.
Listen, it's all part of Time Cube.
Yeah, it's multiverse adjacent.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Because multiverse is just, on the inside of the extra side of Time Cube, four-dimensional. It's Time Cube.
Sure, they're stacked cubes.
So
Yeah.
The Verge reported in 2015 that Time Cube is gone. Apparently, Time Cube's simultaneous four-corner days have run out. As various people have noted, the site's domain seems to have expired.
No.
It's just a splash page. Yeah, August 24th, 2015.
2015.
You know, I'm in that century.
It was like just crazy. If you can find,
Well, here's a little
videos.
diagram of it. It looks like a religious tract.
yeah.
Like
No,
a
it
leaflet?
definitely was like schizophrenic.
The cult of divinity. I mean, the
Ish.
cube of divinity.
Earth has 4 days simultaneously in each rotation. You erroneously measure time from one corner. Earth body four-corner time equals four-leg mobility. Your ignorance of harmonic cube is demonic. Why does that have to get insulty about
Like
it?
that's the type. But it was.
Because that's what you do to
Man, it was
Americans.
like-
You scare them,
Yeah, you make
and then
them
they
feel-
believe stuff. That's
You're-
how we got in this situation in the first place.
You're a bad person not treating every day as 4 days.
True.
Four
True.
simultaneous. Like, yeah.
On top of each other.
But it was all like that, and it was like pages of the shit. It was pretty nutty. But I'm terribly sad to learn that
Schizophrenia.
it definitely seemed like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
There's a
adjacent,
specific
like,
flavor of
pre-schizophrenic.
schizophrenia that
Yeah.
this happens. This was my dad and my first wife. Was this kind of schizophrenia?
'cause he was like-
Sounds like a hot date. Oh wait. Ugh.
Same thing.
If I remember correctly, he was like a normal professor before that.
Yeah, he went from professor to
Time
this,
Cube guy.
to Time Cube fella.
Yeah, but his explanations are always like that type of grammar, like Earth body four-corner time equals four-leg mobility.
Don't need consonants. Also, I'm gonna make you feel stupid first. Like you're dumb for doing days
Yeah.
wrong.
You don't know that there's actually secretly
That's
4 days.
marketing for you.
There's 4
So
days
no wonder his
happening at the same
website's down.
time.
$1,000 prize for anyone who can disprove the harmonic cube.
Yeah.
I guess he's out $1,000, huh?
Yeah.
No, we haven't disproved it at all. Time zones kind of prove him correct.
It just disappeared.
Yeah, because when we have our noon, someone else's noon was a different time. Time cube proven. So if you're in 4 different separate places of the Earth that are away from each other, that's like 4 days that you could totally. I'm already lost. Never mind.
Yeah, you lost me, man.
Premise abandoned.
Moving
That's
on.
like-
All right,
it's
let's
totally
get more
awesome.
grease on.
Disprove the harmonic cube. I just wanted another stinger about harmonic. Time cube. All right, you guys are going to study this and teach you it next week.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to give you way more info on this. Life is pulsing opposite mirror pairs. Death is oneness of Godism. One does not exist except in the death state. Oh, man. Don't stay alive, you guys. Don't listen to this.
This looks like some of the propaganda I've been seeing on Facebook lately.
You know,
Right. Yeah.
if you're feeling suicidal, move. Like live somewhere else different. Too.
Or
and
just
do something nice for
call
someone.
and talk to someone.
And
We
talk to
have
people.
suicide hotlines out
Yeah.
there. If you can't talk to a friend,
Totally.
if you can't talk to a family member, we are not shrinks. We are not making recommendations.
No.
But moving can help.
I'm
depending
recommending-
on where you're at.
Yeah, talking to a real professional or buddy and just talking and not talking to Time Cube. I was just saying Time Cube's not the
that
answer.
dude's gonna drive you in the ground like Scientology.
Yeah, Time Cube is leading you astray. But I'm going to teach it to you guys and start a new cult. Look out. No, this is a perfect time to tell you about the cult I'm working on.
Oh,
Okay.
Nice, sweet.
This is a big
I
deal,
love
so I
cults.
need to stinger into this. I gave you a teaser yesterday, so. Behold, it's called Sea Cat. So check it out. Cats do not naturally get along in water well. They don't belong in it.
You know my
Some
cats, right?
Your cats don't have hair and they're short.
True.
So
Go on.
talking about normal cats.
Moving on.
And even your cats are like reluctant with the water. It's not natural. They don't just wake up and want to hop in the shower.
Okay.
They're not. People are really aquatic animal. I mean, our nose is face down so water doesn't fly in there. We flourished by the sea. We're evolved. I mean,
We're evolved?
Yeah, we're like land dolphins. We're bald.
It's all lies.
We're wet.
We're not
creatures.
evolved. We're still evolving.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just saying we're a wet animal, but cats are less so. They're
So,
a greasy
the
animal.
cult.
Greasy, dusty animal. So if you have this animal that is cat on the top half and fish in the bottom half,
That sounds gross. It
And
would
the-
eat itself.
many of them do, but one had to find inner harmony with its difficulty
With its
being at
fish
home
half?
anywhere. Yeah,
Wanting to eat itself.
when you have to be in the water for your fish half, but your top half wants to do all the land things of a roaming feline, you'll never be perfectly comfortable anywhere. And in that
true.
state of constant disbelonging and never being cozy or at home or belonging anywhere, a sea cat has found peace and harmony in loving and understanding a metaphor of anyone's difficulty being anywhere. Sea cat knows and understands.
I believe.
Sea cat out.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
It's like the ultimate symbol of like passive, low key, jaded
Universe of
suffering.
constant adaptation.
Yeah, or like just the baseline dredging way that life is never perfect.
Yeah, and it never will be. And that's the beauty of it, you
Can I-
know?
Totally.
Can I be cardinal
Yeah.
of this cult?
Cardinal.
Yeah.
Sea
Hell yeah.
cat.
I
Sea
believe.
cat.
Well, think about it,
We'll
though.
do this time cube thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Just throw it
We'll
in
mix
there.
it in.
You
Yeah.
have a goal. You have something. Like, have you ever watched BoJack Horseman?
For
Of
sure.
course.
Okay, so if you notice in BoJack Horseman, there's no happy, neat ending that
Ever, yeah.
ties it all up. But like every season, it's like, oh, if I could be in Secretariat, I would just be happy. And then the next season, oh, if I could get an Oscar, I would just be happy. And the real lesson behind all that is, you know, you're still going to be you after you hit that awesome goal, right? So it's
Yeah.
really prophetic like that. But you might have a great night hitting that goal, so why not hit your goals, right? But
Oh.
yeah, you're never going to be truly happy.
At least
'cause-
chip away. Another thing that is like I'll get intimidated by goals that seem unreachable as one step or one day, and it's really challenging to have at least one thing in your life that's a multi-day goal that you chip away at over a longer period of time. There's nothing like the rewarding feeling of hitting milestones with something like that. And then when you finally finish something like a long-term build, you don't even want to look at it anymore. You want to tear up the next thing.
Keep
And-
moving on because
yeah,
you've gotten your flow.
it's a way to start tricking yourself into appreciating the journey. It's just and also to do it, you need to break something into smaller, more manageable tasks so you can celebrate each little bite, each little chip you take out of the sculpture. But it takes a lot of little chips at that sculpture to find the little bear hidden in that block of wood. Do you ever read the
Dude.
thing about the wood carver where you just said all you do is just cut out what's not bear? Just keep chipping away and find the bear in there. Just whatever isn't the bear, chip it away.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking of that the other day because I have like a massive problem with goal setting and accomplishing shit like that in any order.
You mean procrastination?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's like
It's hard to
that's-
start,
That's
it's
where
hard
I
to
live.
keep
Just
going.
call it what it is.
Yeah,
But I was
yeah.
thinking of a well, it's more. I mean, it's a anyway.
It's a fine
yeah.
line of procrastination.
But
I'm in the same boat, bro.
damn. But I was thinking about that. I'm like, if someone's carving like a sculpture out of marble or like rock, whatever, Like, where do they decide to start? You know?
Yeah,
And that's
right.
like a
that
hang
first
up.
chip, yeah.
That's a
I-
hang up of like getting started is like what, and like I'm sure
I would think it'd be a top to bottom kind of thing.
I would think so, but like
I got
I
one.
would imagine they just go like, okay, we'll start here. Where like there's no specific.
I got
button.
something for this.
Hold on, wait. Before we get off of this whole carving thing, Crestwood neighborhood is actually looking for any chainsaw artists. So if we have any listeners who know any chainsaw artists,
Yeah.
please reach out to us. We have some neighborhood
Applicable.
stuff that needs to go. But go on.
You know how to hit us up if you chainsaw. So this is something that I might have like a lot of little artist tips that I don't apply in the moment, and I've got one for this. It's hard to get started, right? Where do you chip away at that piece of marble? Where do you start, right? Well, in that situation, when I'm looking at all the parts of a project and I don't know where to start, excuse me, low-hanging fruit. That's what you got to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's
Use your
common. And like
shoulders,
we're learning that in like a marketing thing we were doing with the trading too. It's universal. You just grab, like in this case with the marble thing, knock the corners off.
Yeah.
You're not going to need the corners
It's
for
just
sure.
like if you
So
were to
just
go to
slap 'em all
college,
off,
do the
yeah.
prereqs first
Yeah.
and save the hard shit for later.
Yeah, but then there's this other school of thought, and this is one of those things where I'm like devil's advocating this thing away. But a lot of people say grab the hardest thing first and get it over with too. Yeah, and
But then
I
that
think these
holds
are
you
both
up
valid.
because it's so hard. It holds the whole project up. It's a
And you
friggin'
get
nightmare.
discouraged. You get discouraged.
Yeah.
So as much as this is great advice for some people, you got to really grab the right tool in the toolbox
works for
mentally
you.
for
Yeah,
you.
totally.
Some projects, you grab the low-hanging fruit. Some projects, you're dreading a specific thing. If you can do that dreaded thing first, great, and then get the low-hanging fruit. But either way, one of those two things is going to get you started. Just taking a
Realistically,
bite.
yeah.
Sometimes for me, just opening the program I'm going to edit in and like organizing files, transfer files
Making
over,
sure you have everything you need doing prep.
it'll trick me into starting like a video edit job or something that I'm otherwise dreading starting.
Speaking of edits, I need you to edit that just a little over the ball to one side or the other. You pick.
Oh, yeah, rule of thirds.
It's
there.
like a flower, yeah.
Yeah, you don't want it right in the middle like
Ah.
a unicorn. Rule of thirds, you guys, look it up. We're being cinematographers right now.
Yeah, I'm loving it. You know what? We should install like some like digital like
It's way
HAL
better
eye,
like that.
like a robot eye on that thing.
Yeah, we just should pimp it
And
more
we could
every
just
episode.
like it'll be your cyborg costume.
Oh man,
Cyborg.
that's awesome.
Baby headband butthole.
That'd be dope.
That's a great idea.
Oh, you shouldn't put those sentences. The words in the,
I know. I keep docking my finger in it too while we're hanging out too. Man, if you're just listening to the audio of this is a really good one to just take a peep on the YouTube Greasy Conversation.
The man has a donut on his head that
There's
looks like
no-
it should be stuck to a baby's head with a headband.
There's no greater article of high fashion, revisiting your youth, ultimate nostalgia. Go back to your innocent childhood and you can get relaxation from kind of docking in it.
Okay then.
Yeah, I'm like, you know when
Moving
you're making
on
pottery and
from the
you-
docking conversation. So,
this
what's next?
do you think this episode is less dry, Buck? Are we less dry today?
I don't know.
Are we
Are we?
moistening it up?
It's pretty greasy in here.
Alrighty.
It's pretty greasy up in here.
Those are the spooky footsteps of the next segment approaching.
Yeah.
Giggity.
Not as spooky, but cool story of some students and a professor doing some digging and finding a triceratops skull.
Whoa!
Where?
Pretty fairly complete. I forgot. South Dakota, Badlands.
A heavy ass head, you say. The
Yeah.
great Easter egg is Greg's titles for these in our live news doc, which we share with you at greasyconversation.com.
So it comes in at 7 feet long and weighing in at 3,000 pounds.
Dang.
The skull of
Wow.
this creature.
Just imagine, like, with all the meat and flesh on it, and the skins and everything, all the bones. How much does it say? How much the whole thing should have weighed?
Oh, a whole triceratops? Fuck if I
With
know.
all the feathers and stuff? Who knows?
Yeah, those were the flying ones, right?
Triceratops? I feel like the whole head was like half a radar dish. Like something got alien technology in the Triceratops led to humans getting. Remember DirecTV? Remember TriStar? Dish Network?
So, according to the Google, the estimation of the weight of the Triceratops is 13,000 to 26,000 pounds.
Damn.
Wild.
Yeah, I can't even imagine that. Like, how many geometros is that? Like, give me that.
What do you call a group of Geo Metros? It's a metro, like, you know, because like a group of unicorns is a glisten, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that right? Okay, so
A glisten of unicorns? I didn't know that was
that's a
official
thing.
measurement.
Yeah, a glisten. I learned
I've
that
never
from
heard that
Dan
either.
Mace's lady.
Nice.
Never heard that.
How often is that? Like, you could just decide that and no one would challenge you.
No, Erica confirmed it. Another girl confirmed it for me. A glisten of unicorns.
So we need to find out what a quantity of. Oh no, I forgot.
Geo
what animal
Metro.
we're
Geo
talking about.
Metro, sorry.
Oh, that's an animal. We used to tip them like cows where I grew up.
Yeah, the Metros.
Yeah. My friend had
The
one.
3-cylinder beast.
Yeah, my friend had one that was worth more in insurance than, you know, like
So you
than it was
rolled
worth. No, yes, but not where it stopped driving. We would just go to
Should've
his
tried
work
harder, man.
and like we pushed it backwards into this grass hill in the middle of the parking lot. So when he'd come out and everyone would come out for a work shift, just his car was parked awkwardly backwards in like the park area where the cars don't go. Because we could just like take it wherever. We could
Dude,
just team
y'all
up
should
and
have
pick
just
it up and
Thelma and
stuff.
Louise that bitch, but
Yeah.
got out first.
We put a condom on his gear shifter too.
Nice.
You like Charlie and Mac faking their own deaths.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good friend, love him. Holla.
Holla, holla.
Okay, so Triceratops skull. We handled that.
Yep, that was it.
You
Oh,
guys
should we
learned
do our
about-
last, while we're at it, our last,
Yeah. Quick Bob Thornton, and we'll be right back.
Word.
Listen up, the soap you shower with, it's you probably haven't even questioned what bar of soap you lather up with. Let's face it, most guys don't. They're still using whatever bar their mommy bought for her little man. Is that what you want? To smell like mama's little man? Ugh. But now you can upgrade your shower game with Dr. Squatch Natural Soap.
To subscribe to Dr. Squatch, visit RadioVegas.rocks and click on the banner.
Or don't, and continue to be mommy's little helper. Dr. Squatch Natural Soap. Real soap for real men.
If you have diabetes and you're on Medicare, Medicaid, or have private insurance, you may qualify for a new continuous glucose monitor. Managing your diabetes is crucial to your health. The new CGM can automatically and easily help you manage your diabetes more effectively. And by using a CGM, you can eliminate the one thing most people with diabetes dislike the most: finger sticks. Now you can automatically manage your diabetes and end the painful finger sticks.
Finger sticks.
Solara Medical Supplies makes it simple for you to have a new CGM. We'll do all the insurance paperwork for you and deliver the newest in diabetic care technology right to your door. Take charge of your diabetes today with the help of a new continuous glucose monitor. Call now to learn more. 800-571-1651. 800-571-1651.
Finger cuffs.
Finger sticks.
The
What's
one
finger
problem
cuffs?
with having diabetes is the finger cuffs.
Yes, it's definitely the finger cuffs.
Yes.
Sticks.
True.
Cuffs. Cuffs. Sticks. Yeah.
Finger cuff sticks. Really though, call that number because if you get diabetes supplies from them, you'll get a good deal.
It'll
And
make
also,
your life easier.
yeah, and then we keep the lights on and busy, and
Oh,
we
that
can
too,
all
yeah.
we can all keep away from the finger cuffs. Keep the finger cuffs at bay. You're listening to Greasy
No one likes
Conversation.
finger cuffs.
I don't know. There's a time and a place. It's a place to visit, not to stay. Finger cuffs. It's like opiates. It's like
Yes.
oh yeah.
don't hang out there. Just a splash. I can't even anymore. I just throw up. Holla if you throw up when you do opiates, you guys.
Nah.
Opiates. It's all about kratom now.
Is it?
Yeah, Mong Da.
That's
Mong Da kratom.
That's probably a good answer. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm not telling
You
you,
know what's
guys
funny
what
about
to do,
kratom is
but do
like
kratom.
the trees can't be in this country, but the leaves can.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's the law. It's a twisted little law, but it's I don't know what it is. Maybe they'd like to start farming it here and get people off of opiates so they don't OD. Wouldn't that be crazy?
It's like the only reason why America would shun obvious cash crop.
because it's competitive
Yeah.
to big business
Boom.
that pays all the freaking politicians. Woo!
Yeah.
Epiphany.
It's gross. That's why you guys got to vote on drug law too. That's
Yeah.
a thing.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah. All right, so this one.
Oh, and you got to find your neighbors' ballots that are in their mailboxes and grab those and vote for them too.
Get the hell out.
So
I get your ballot right here, buddy.
Yeah. It's
All
not
right.
voter fraud if I'm just suggesting it.
You're
I
being
just-
very suggestive.
allegedly.
Just stop.
Allegedly.
This
Sorry.
is what I wanted to talk about today.
This
I
article.
cannot let Greg start this article. I'm
This
sorry.
article is just a total fucking shit show, and it pisses me off.
All
The
right.
headline. The headline.
Rage Greg.
Asteroid headed for Earth the day before election day.
Wait. Asteroid. Shouldn't it be called a hemorrhoid? And I think hemorrhoids should be called asteroids because they both make sense. That's a big
Yo.
hemorrhage that's about to hit our planet.
Wow.
Buck, you just cracked the fucking case, man.
Pre-hemorrhoid.
Moving on.
I love it. I
Asteroids.
love it. No, I'm
Pre-
with you, man. I'm with you. So this hemorrhoid heading for Earth. And like in the headline, if you say something is heading for Earth, like doesn't that indicate that like
Some Bruce
direct
Willis
path,
shit?
like, yeah, we need to send in the miners? You know?
Of course, yeah. Fox 5. They're being totally balanced about
Yeah.
this.
But this is like a local. This is Fox, like a
Local,
Yeah,
New
this
York.
this is our buddies. This is our nearby neighbors at Fox.
So, but anyway, so at the end of the article, it says that there is just a 0.41% chance of the asteroid hitting us.
But
And that's
it
the
is heading
fucking headline.
towards us because it's clickbait.
Okay,
Come on.
kudos to our local Fox News. They're actually directly linking CNN for this story.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
local
that-
ones. This is actually
CNN's got the good
New
coverage on
York's
this
local
one.
Fox. Yeah.
Oh, that's New York.
Oh, New York
Oh.
Fox 5. That yeah,
Right.
makes
Why
more
can't
sense.
the national stations be as friendly as like the local syndicates with each other? Look at that harmony.
Have you seen that video of all of the syndicate stations doing the same
Oh,
speech
yeah.
in unison?
So creepy.
Did
Yeah.
we talk about this on the show? We should one day.
Well, yeah. Mention this just a little more. This is something we've touched on briefly. But what was the deal behind that?
So basically, the owners of a certain particular broadcasting company forced all of their broadcasters to read this particular speech
On the local news.
on the local
stations,
news.
yeah.
And so what they did, I think it was John Oliver and a few other people, they got together and they took these videos and played them all at once with all of the audio from like 50 different news stations,
That's
programming the people just like from way up.
It's like 100.
You trust your local
videos.
news?
What type of message was it?
It was a very
I can't
political, like
It was some-
totally geared towards like whatever political group that the owner of that group of TV stations was, and it was not like very progressive.
And not very journalistically unbiased. It sounds like.
Yeah, and that was the whole like, oh really? Well, look at these people. But yeah,
It's pretty trippy to see that.
It was.
I mean, you can see just in the headlines the strong bias that you'll see one way or the other all over so much American journalism.
all day. But I'm looking forward to watching a little bit of that John Oliver tonight because he does a good
Hell yeah,
show.
he's funny.
Good old Ollie John.
All right, so this one
Frickin'
is
Brett.
a little bit of bad news,
Ooh, yeah, that is
Uh-oh.
bad news.
but it looks like Big Basin Park is gone,
A whole park?
like burned. Yeah, there's apparently a huge fire, and this says,
California's oldest state park.
yeah. So it says, we are devastated to report that Big Basin State Park, as we have known it, loved it, and cherished it for generations, is gone. So apparently there was a CZU lightning fire
Yeah, I heard California was having record fires again.
that combined
Wow.
several fires that were already burning.
Yikes.
And that kind of ties into this, like, if anyone out there didn't know, but California uses a lot of prisoners to fight as firefighters. Like, there's programs for prisoners to fight fires.
Oh, man.
And that makes up the bulk of fight, and they're used for fighting huge forest fires.
Yep. And then when they get
man.
out, they're not allowed to go work for the fire department,
Which is crazy.
pretty
But
up.
right now,
Oh, man.
because COVID is like rocking prisons, there's not nearly as many people as they would have to fight these types of fires. So that's like another blow to shit like this. So massive fires are just gonna like rage over California.
all those
for a while.
nonviolent prisoners that were released that are not making these investors money in their prisons anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And just the fact that, like, okay, we're talking
Now
about
we don't have them to work as freaking free firefighters. What do they pay them? 8 cents an hour? Is
Yeah.
that the
Or
deal?
something like that.
Since we're
yeah.
talking about weird mismanagement of money to deprioritize really important things as far as funding, what's the deal with how it's like 10 times quicker, easier to get a police officer to arrive at a medical scene than it is to get an ambulance there. Like, there is. I know that 10 times is obviously a made-up statistic. It's not anything exactly.
It feels
that.
like it though.
But like, I think it should be at least equally important to get medical professionals somewhere to save a life as to get enforcement of regulations to occur speedily.
Yeah, as far as like,
I feel like that should be at least a tie, but there's way more police officers than ambulances. And I'm not going to tell anybody how to spend their money on their government, but I'm just going to look over here. Just take a peep on that. Just take a glance on that concept for me.
Like Arizona and some of these other states that have just a ton of sheriffs just doing nothing, that's when you're like,
I mean, if you guys can be like nurses too, great, because you could CPR an old lady too. But
pretty noble stuff.
And often they have to. And the thing is, that makes me feel bad seeing someone whose job is already extremely difficult and already involves protecting people and saving lives. And you've got to do a whole different flavor of saving lives because we don't got ambulances chasing after you to help you out too. You have to be like ambulance cop also. That's not fair.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like my heart goes out to the people doing it too.
And I think they're being refused funding out there for a lot of these fires right now because of
yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
Government.
It's just like, man, it's just like blow after blow. Yeah.
Because local government isn't liked from the higher ups.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. I don't know.
That's a common problem that can happen, the disconnection between the local
like
and the
Puerto Rico. Wait,
Yeah.
they got declared an emergency for their current hurricane already. He did it real quick. So that was something special.
Yeah, the long tradition of neglecting Puerto Rican's power infrastructure is just massively corrupt, obvious conspiracies with it.
And Louisiana's about to get double hit by double hurricanes.
Oh, man.
That's going to be gnarly.
Yeah, hurricane season this year is going to be nutty.
Do you think we're doing better at preparing and predicting this time?
I would imagine the locals are.
I'd like to hope so. I hope we do on a national level. I don't know.
Oh, on a national level, the thing is there's no consistency or like communication amongst everyone because everyone's so divided right now. It's like this whole like COVID thing. Like everyone's efforts in every city in each state is all over the freaking map. Like California, they had a bunch of stuff where they were doing real hardcore regulations, and then you get down into like the more military towns and southern San Diego and all that stuff, and then people are like, well, that's just stupid, and our local governments aren't going to make us do that, and all this sort of stuff, and then all of a sudden they're a hotspot.
But I feel like I completely agree with you, and I lean more towards what you said there.
Sure.
But in devil's advocate, I feel like this is another one of those things that needs a little bit of balance and a little bit of gradients from town to town. And I feel like people as grown-ups and individuals should be able to have a certain amount of like rights to assess their own risk level and kind of make their own pandy. But, there has to be a certain amount of regulation to where people don't just completely influence one another to cause these outbreaks and neglect in like group
common sense
herd mentality about being neglectful. So it's like one of those things where you come down too hard though, and you overregulate and you treat people like they can't make their own decisions, then you spur more rebellion, and it could be one of those things that gets the opposite result. Truly. I don't know how to dial this in, but I do know that like that's one of those things that there's some knowledge that we don't have and some leeway that we need to have to like see some different things work, more so than a hurricane, which we're very sure how those go and what kind of things help with that kind of thing. Right. That seems like people can more easily get behind preparing for that if they're not taking things for granted. But who am I to judge how you deal with your hurricane either?
Yeah, come on. And if you got a God that's going to save you, then who am I to like stop you from getting yourself in the grave early?
Totally.
Lord Jesus,
just don't take me with you.
Totally.
Right.
You stay on your roof and you get raptured? You rapture down.
So rapture's coming, man. You should be excited if you got that guy.
Yeah. Yay!
Dude, that was like when I was still religious, like that was my jam, man. That like fit my paranoid and the whole rapture thing. And I was still religious when like the Left Behind series, which was like huge at the time.
Oh, yeah,
and,
I remember that.
I mean, yeah, it was like just national bestseller for like a Christian novel. But,
for sure.
Yeah, but
really huge.
So the whole story of Revelation was like huge, man. That was like for someone who's a little prone to conspiracy theories and like paranoia and shit. Like that was, man, I was all into it, dude.
Heck yeah.
Good times, man.
Just saying, the best
I'm
book
waiting.
is the last book.
Right.
They save the best for last.
It's true.
So then what happens in the
Revelation. That's all the
you're talking
crazy
about the
shit.
Bible, okay.
I don't know. I just read that book
I
of
just
the Bible. I
remembered
didn't read the
Revelations.
rest.
I just remembered that it was at the end. I was like, oh yeah.
I was really big into Dante's Inferno. Have you read that?
No.
Oh, wow.
I haven't.
I'm familiar.
It's
but
about
yeah.
going through the different levels of hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard it referenced a lot, but I
It's
haven't actually read it.
insanity. Anyway, that was some of my childhood favorites.
Revelations is like the funnest random book of the Bible just to pick up and read, though. Hell
Yeah. No, this is the only one
By
I
far.
bothered to read.
Hell yeah.
Right.
It's like all of a sudden, oh shoot, what's that other proselyting church that gets compared? Jehovah's Witnesses. Makes way more sense if you read the book of Revelations. It's like the book of, it's so fun. The tracks and the faceless king floating.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I love it all.
That's dope.
All right, this one
exciting.
was a fun read. I didn't get to finish the whole thing, but I do. If anyone's interested in this type of stuff, it's about a meta theory of physics that seeks to explain everything in a more fundamental way, I guess, even than physics does. But so it's about this thing called constructor theory, and it's not really determined to explain like individual physical phenomenon. It's more
To help
to
you
explain
generalize.
like entire systems, like what is the input, what does the system do, and what are the possible outcomes of the system, what are the impossible outcomes of the system, is like what it wants to know.
Yeah, this is a fun read that you guys can look into with us too, and maybe we can discuss it later. There's
it's
a
pretty-
lot that isn't covered by physics as far as how the small things and large things interact. Like that's one thing we don't have yet is tying together the quantum universe of the subparticle size and the universe of what particles that we can interact with.
So do you
It
believe in
does.
infinite bigness and infinite smallness?
No, I think things loop, but I'm not sure.
Like we could be under the fingernail of someone right now, this whole universe.
But then, I feel like that fingernail occurs again smaller underneath it.
I
in
don't
a
know.
way.
I just
Totally.
learned about that watching Ogre and Revenge of the Nerds. Nerds!
Yeah,
So
I'm in the big loop kind of pocket right now,
Okay.
thinking that everything kind of tesslates and
cyclical.
repeats in a certain
Things are
point.
cyclical.
Yeah, everything's like
Like
an
my weight,
oscillation. Yeah.
My
Oh,
money
yeah.
situation, my
My weight's
employment.
hella cyclical. Oh my gosh, yeah. To be an American in the workforce.
The
is
last
to-
time
there's no
I
stable
got laid
job.
off like this
No
was
such thing.
mortgage crisis working for a mortgage software company.
Oh yeah.
Now this is going to become a hospitality crisis.
Was that 08? Yeah, because 08 was when I was working for custom homes,
Yeah.
like James Bond houses. And, where you have the panel, the touch panel that does everything.
and that's
Yeah.
when the government forced me to go work at the dispensary.
Oh,
Because unemployment
nice.
required that you accept any work that was offered, and someone
Oh,
offered me a
no.
job at a dispensary, so I could not say no.
I was moving weed in
terrible.
2010 to dispensaries. Yeah, because then the feds came and shut down all the
Oh
dispensaries.
no, it wasn't the
in
feds.
2010.
It was basically one federal agent and a bunch of local cops deputized.
Oh yeah, the
And
the
they would
local
clear
cop
out the dispensaries. They
situation.
would take everything, put it in trash bags, and get rid of it. And then they wouldn't charge them with anything.
They'd tie up everyone, shoot the dog right away. Any
lot of the
pets in the
time, yeah.
dispensary right away would be shot in front of everybody. They would take PlayStation. They would take the Xbox.
This is in
leave
San Diego.
behind-
This was happening.
Oh, this is talking about San Diego. I'm
But-
talking. This was Las Vegas.
I believe it.
Oh yeah. This was our raids were like in 2010. I was moving tree to a bunch of the dispensaries, only working with the dispensaries that were trying to keep their nose clean and do everything legal. And still towards the end, it still got to us. And friends of mine would tell me about it through tears of seeing their pets shot, being in zip-tied, handcuffed behind their back, zip-tied for 4 hours while they watched their possessions smashed in front of them just to be charged with nothing.
Yeah, take
And
people's livelihood away.
they would take any game system, but they'd leave behind the computer that would keep the records for taxes.
What?
Yeah, so there's
Yeah, 'cause
no
it-
excuse for not being able to
What is
still
that
tax,
called?
pay other taxes on that
Government,
stuff.
when they acquire something.
Oh, I know what you're trying to say.
John Oliver did a whole thing on it.
When you possess something regarding a law that's broken, you take it, whatever the word is.
Anyway,
But yeah, they would do that, but not even take anything with any evidence on it. It was a pure shakedown.
mm-hmm.
It was gross. It shut down legal weed in Nevada for years.
Yeah.
Appropriation.
Yeah, after 2010, it was like another decade before it started to flourish here again. I'm haunted by it still, truly.
All right, and then maybe last one. Apparently, it turns out that the color blue is fairly rare, and it may be that it wasn't even like a thing in ancient history.
Yeah, there's
Greeks and
whole
Romans.
societies that grew and flourished and faded away without ever seeing artificial examples of blue.
Yeah.
Any pigment or anything that would do that color besides the sky and the water reflecting of it.
So it was like some
Yeah.
godly color.
That's why you'd have like azure or jade or not jade as much being green.
Turquoise.
Yeah, that one that the Native Americans had. That's
Turquoise.
boom. Turquoise was so huge because of that. Yeah. And so you'd show someone turquoise. It was like seeing a puddle of the sky in your hand.
Gross.
Yeah, so they're looking. It looks like Egyptians had blue dye at the time, and I just lost.
Well, some
train of
people
thought.
wonder if you could actually see the color blue. If people had receptors for blue in these
Oh,
ancient
before?
times.
Yeah.
That's the weird question to this theory.
And now,
Because even words for blue didn't come about
Indigo.
till like later.
Indigo, yeah.
that was Jebediah.
It's true. Language history, there weren't words for blue for a long time. But then again, there's pretty much just words
So is
for
that why-
black, white, and red for a long time.
Yeah.
Is that why when they have so many different meanings for blue in the English language? Like
Probably.
she blew him, and I'm feeling blue.
Whoa. Yeah, that's the same word. Whoa.
Whatever. I digress.
I'm all like having a weird, like, amazing revelation moment that, like, that version of blue, like, goes with the color. Like, whoa, it's so deep.
The wind blew.
It's such a deep blowjob reference.
But when think about it though, the sky, the
Indigo,
wind, the
thank
wind
you,
blew.
Jordan.
The wind is in the sky.
Jebediah.
It blew.
Yeah.
It be blue.
Yeah.
The English is weird.
Okay, so Buck, how do you want to tie a knot on this as a fresh guest host today?
Oh.
How do you want to send us off with to say bye to everybody?
Oh well, if we could do a sign off. Yeah, we could
Yeah,
definitely
what
do
do
a sign off.
you want to leave everybody with? If this
I
was
just-
like your
I want everyone who's feeling stuck at home and nothing to do and feeling like they're stir crazy. I want them to find things to do for themselves, for the community.
yeah.
I want to see people out there volunteering, taking time to like better the world around them, because you know what? If you give back to the world around you, what's going to happen is the world is going to give back to you. I got pizza given back to me today for helping with the cleaning off the paint. But it goes much bigger than that. And things like helping out at the polls so everyone can vote and not have to wait in line for days. And this time, in this day and age, it's huge. And I think that it's going to be highly satisfying for us when we go do it. And I feel like if our listeners and you guys, do things like giving back to the community, volunteering your time, I think you're really going to feel a lot of benefit from that in that empty house that you're sitting in if you're not getting out enough or feeling like you can't go anywhere.
Yeah, to stop making it about the president. In fact, don't even vote for the president. Just vote for everything else.
Yeah,
We don't care who you vote for or what you vote for, but we know if your voice is heard that you're a buddy of ours and we're going to like what you vote for.
But your vote matters no matter who you are, whether
Absolutely.
you're a buddy of ours or not.
That's right. We need everyone's consensus on
I
these
have a
things.
friend-
Otherwise, it's going to be just weirdos like me going in strangers' mail.
You say it's a scam. Oh, it's all a scam. Well, hey, buddy. What about all the local stuff that's going on in the neighborhood? Don't you want to vote for that? What about all the
Yeah.
stuff for the state?
At least, even if you think it's a scam, at least you can participate in the scam.
And you can vote for
It's like-
whoever you want. You don't
Yeah.
have to tell a fucking
I-
For
soul.
sure. At the very least, even if you think it's entirely corporate controlled as much as it is, and that your vote is nothing but like a corporate survey, corporations do things based on surveys. That's a
Exactly.
vote too.
They're influenced by that.
all matters. You're still it's somehow affecting the outcome.
So yeah, that's really what I want to leave folks with is give back and things will come back to you. It's like the whole karma thing. Watch some My Name is Earl, okay? Do good
Yeah.
things and good things will happen. Do bad things and bad things will get you.
Yeah, and even if they don't, like, it's worth it to leave behind, like, knowing that you didn't burn bridges, that you generally, like, there's people that you could probably never see again and know that you are cool with them and cool to them, that even if you don't have that chunk that makes you feel good for that, it's valuable, and it's valuable for humanity existing beyond you. And you're going to come to a point where you're old enough to realize that everything that is you and inside you ends with you if there's nothing external of value that you left towards anything else. Yeah.
That being said, volunteer and be good to the other people around you.
Yeah. That's Greasy Conversation.
Woo, woo, woo.
Next Sunday, stay tuned at 2 o'clock for something even before Greasy Conversation. 2 o'clock. It's going to be dope for 2 hours. New show.
All right.
Dirty Window. Then Greasy Conversation at 4. And now, Grungy Faucet. Stay tuned for awesome grunge 90s era flashbacks to cool album tracks that you shared with your friends. Grungy Faucet with Kevin Fawcett. Stay tuned. RadioVegas.rocks.
He's bringing the grunge.
Yeah, we made it.
Cold close. Gonna close the video.
Fucking
Yeah,
made it,
bye.
boys.
Thanks, everybody.